I just learned this is called duck lips and that it's pretty. Welcome to the Annie Frey Show.
Oh, good grief. I just learned this is duck lips. Welcome to the Annie Frey pre-show. It's Cinco de Mayo, guys. We're really excited.
Thanks,
We're keyed up for several reasons. One of the reasons is it's Cinco de Mayo, and that's a great day.
Kevin Killeen, am I right?
Kevin Killeen, am I right?
You know,
Kevin Killeen, say it in unison.
big news out of the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office. If you haven't heard that, that's why we're having Kevin Killeen on to talk about it. But I don't know why you wouldn't have heard it, because if you haven't, you've probably been living under a rock. Anyway, so we're going to have Kevin Killeen on at 12:25 to talk about Kim Gardner and the big announcement she made last night. We're also going to do an Ask Me Anything at 12:25. We got the Wiggins America at the regular time. Ryan's got some people who have been kicked out of Disney.
Celebrities who have been kicked out of Disney.
There are a couple
the list you're trying to make? Celebrity or the kicked out of Disney?
Celebrity.
Yes.
Well, if I get kicked out of Disney, I want to be known for it.
You want to be on a celebrity list?
Yeah.
He wants to be viral for it,
Yeah.
which we're going to have so many cameras down there. If you guys don't know, this is our last show before we head to Disney to celebrate the show's 5th anniversary. 5 years on the air, which is really cool, really exciting.
Really rare in radio.
Yeah. And then 2:07 to 2:30 something or so, we're going to play X's and O's, and we've got a special guest in. We're going to have
Birthday guest.
We're going to have Jay, who is our engineer. He's one of the people in here that makes all the sound come out of everything and makes it sound great for you guys. And then we're also going to have
He
Robert.
loves politics.
And we're also going to have Robert, who is our IT guy, who makes the computers turn on whenever we
Two
can't do it.
engineers.
So they are going to be our guests, and today's Robert's birthday.
And what
so
we're going
make
to do
sure.
is just stop talking in the middle of it and see what they do.
What's happening?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, so that's the show.
There we go.
We're super excited. Oh, we didn't even do the YouTube poll.
Maybe you should.
You got
Yep.
30 seconds.
Here
YouTube
it is.
poll. Who on the AFS would you want as circuit attorney? Hannah, Brad, Ryan, or Annie?
Why do you say like that?
What did I say? Like
All right,
what?
and you got
Very
Diamond Shop.
demonstrative.
Oh,
All right, we're
it's
going to
because
do
I
this.
want
All right, here we
win.
go.
See
Here we
the
go.
show.
Have you made the Mother's Day purchases yet? Have you found the thing that is going to make her smile, that is going to make her feel special, that is going to last? That thing is at the Diamond Shop. I am so happy to have the relationship I have with Tom and Mona at the Diamond Shop, and with Nikki and everybody else. When you walk in there, these people understand the industry of selling jewelry because they understand great quality. Everything that leaves their shop, they are immensely proud of. And everybody who comes in, they can't wait to meet. They can't wait to help. That's you. If you are somebody who is in the business of selling, if you have ever been in sales before too, I wanted to let you know that they're hiring, and there's nobody better to work for in St. Louis in this industry than Tom and Mona at the Diamond Shop. You become a VIP. You're going to get access to special discounts. They have 6 months, same as cash financing for your purchases. If you're looking for a great Mother's Day gift, even under $100, you can go to the Diamond Shop and find something absolutely stunning to make her smile this Mother's Day. You can find them online at thediamondshop.net.
Learn to make money 5 ways with rental real estate. Double your money with apartments. And get your map to financial freedom. And that map starts with a free workshop. Sign up now at lifestylesunlimited.com. Click on the Join Free Workshop tab and attend online or in person. That's lifestylesunlimited.com. Lifestylesunlimited.com. Again, that's lifestylesunlimited.com. Limited seating, unlimited potential.
There are over 10,000 reasons why steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Find tools for the job site or your own backyard at over 10,000 authorized local steel dealers. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com or call us toll-free at 888-367-6512.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's
ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy Friday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We are glad you're here with us today on the Annie Frey Show. And I'm excited to speak at 12:25, 20 minutes or so from now. Kevin Killeen, our very favorite KMOX reporter, is going to come over here and talk to us about that big, huge news yesterday with the resigning of Kim Gardner. Off the air yesterday, Brad, you told me that Kevin Killeen kind of suspected this was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a today or tomorrow kind of thing, and he wasn't sure, and he had some people he wanted to talk to make sure that he could get it all together before he could go live.
Said that. We didn't want to say that out loud because I didn't know the details, but Kevin has got his finger on the pulse here of what's taking place in the city, and so he's going to talk to us about how we got to this point, and also what does her resignation mean? Did I understand it correctly that she said she would work through to June 1st?
June 1st is the resignation date.
What's the purpose of that?
I don't know.
Well, we'll ask Kevin that in a minute. We're going to have X's and O's today. I'm excited about X's and O's today. We have Robert versus Jay. You might not know Robert and Jay, but we know them, and we know them very well because they are both engineers here. And it's fun to put engineers on the air. You don't, generally speaking, if any business, it doesn't matter if you're in a media business or whatever it is, engineers are usually quiet. They talk to you when you have a problem because you're like, I need your help right now. So they're under duress, generally speaking, when you have conversations with them, but they're the people who fix things. So they're going to come in and play X's and O's. I'm excited about that.
They're typically quiet by nature, but if you ask them what went wrong here or how did you fix that, they will tell you more than you ever knew you needed to know.
Yeah.
So it could go either way. We'll have to see.
Isn't it funny how in different offices that you might work in, how just like in high school, you have like the jocks and the smart people in the drama club. In any office that you work in, you kind of have your departments of people with characteristics that people ascribe to them. Was it like that in TV?
Yes. In TV, if you walked in and you saw the group in the cubicles in the corner wearing the Letterman jackets, you just didn't even go near them because you knew they were tough and they were good at sports. You just didn't even talk to them.
What is it about being good at sports that makes people not approachable?
Well, they're intimidating because they are usually physically large.
Ryan's thinking back to his high school times. It was probably the swirlies, wasn't it?
No, there wasn't as much of that in TV.
Did anybody ever actually give? We didn't call them swirlies. What'd you call that?
It's flushing somebody's face in the toilet, right?
Yeah, stick their head in the toilet.
I don't remember if we had a specific name for it. Swirly. I know what a swirly is. I just don't know if we called it swirly either. But there's something else.
Something else.
I know you're talking. I can't.
Did you ever do that to anybody?
No.
Why not?
I just never found it appropriate.
You ever had it done to you?
No way, you guys. Nope. I was never on the receiving end either. I was a quick-tongued little kid.
So we went to school in the 90s. You graduated, Brad, in 01?
01.
2000?
99.
2020.
It's all right, but we
What was
all
that
graduated. Like? Yeah, at From Home. Was there a lot of, not you, Hannah, was there a lot of hazing and stuff like that? Physical pushing? I mean, I remember in my high school years, and I went to 2 different high schools, but I remember people getting pushed into lockers and stuff like that.
No, I didn't see a lot of that. The older groups above me, like when I was a freshman, I think the seniors were a lot like that. But by the time we were juniors and seniors, there was hazing, but it was almost psychological hazing. Like you never knew if what people were telling you was the truth. It was a lot like this room.
There's got to be a happy medium between. Well, I think about. I'm not going to call anybody's generation out. Let's use the movie Back to the Future. The way that they go back, the way you would be manhandled if you were unlikable.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get away with that right now. However, violence is out of control in schools.
Weird? That
yes.
is weird.
And I'm not like advocating for there's an appropriate level of bullying.
Like there's a release valve.
That's not it. But there's something about discipline that has gone by the wayside. And I think that you can compare that to, we'll take it to New York City with, what's that guy's last name? Neely, I think. The man who died on the...
Yes.
He's has a mentally unstable situation in his life. I think the reports were that he was schizophrenic. He's homeless. He goes onto a subway train, says he's hungry, says he doesn't care if he dies. He doesn't care if he's going back to prison or whatever. Like, he's mentally unstable. We in St. Louis have seen a plethora of stories come out of the New York, specifically the subway system, about the lack of security that exists there. And it makes me think, if I went to New York City, I'm not getting on the subway. I do not want to experience that. And we live in St. Louis. Think about the stories that make national news, because there have been stories that make national news out of St. Louis about the violence. You think about the man 2 blocks from where we are right now who was sitting on the curb of the street who got executed. I mean, we've never even heard anything more about that. David Dorn, the police officer, standing in front of a pawn shop when we had people burning the city down, trying to protect this store. An officer executed right there. You could watch him die on the internet. It's unreal. So we have this massive unrest in 2 cities where the people who are in charge of prosecuting crime have reached the position to be in a place to prosecute crime because they committed themselves to not prosecuting crime. That's really inverted. And I don't believe that in an environment where you don't have a completely clear line of right versus wrong, that what's taking place in New York City, what's taking place in St. Louis City is really separate. I don't think it's separate from what's going on in our schools. In Collinsville, there were 2 kids that met up at an elementary school. One of them stabbed the other. That kid died.
Yep.
People aren't talking about that. These kids made a decision that ended the life of somebody. And this is local. This is not like the hood or an impoverished area, suburban or rural area where people are kind of handling their own business. This is the stabbing took place on a street that I drive every day. And if you look in your schools and you see what we're focusing our attention, what's spotlighted in the classroom right now, and you see how people who have authority are supposed to have authority, teachers, they're having to toe this line of all of these things that go into any situation where if one child accosts another child, if one child abuses another child, there are factors to consider before you take action on behalf of the abuser, not the abused. Right now, we live in a world where the abuser is the person who's supposed to be attended to the most. How backwards is that?
Yeah, it's really messed up. And it's, like you said, we've seen a rise in crime among kids, because it's crime in general, but it's also crime and sometimes random, a lot of random crime among kids. At the same time, parallel to this focus on dealing with bullying. Have you noticed that? Isn't that weird that we're talking more and more about bullying and cracking down on it in schools, and at the same time, you have this incredible rise in random violence with kids? It is as if the focus doesn't really make sense. It's
because every single situation that we talk about, you need to know the demographics of the people who are involved.
Yes.
You need to know the politics of the situation involved, that's the point. What is right and what is wrong? It doesn't matter the color of the skin who is abused. It doesn't matter the color of the skin who is the abuser. If person A abuses person B, we need to protect person B. Done.
Yeah, it does not matter. It shouldn't matter. But that's all that matters.
That's equality.
Yes.
But we don't look at it that way. So in St. Louis, you have a circuit attorney. I mean, if you lay out all the facts about the abdication of responsibility of Kim Gardner as circuit attorney in St. Louis, you wouldn't believe all the facts. If somebody presented them to you and you hadn't any understanding of the situation, they're like, this is what's going on in St. Louis. Here it is. You go, how is that even possible? How are people in St. Louis safe in a city where they don't even have the warm bodies to prosecute crime in a city where crime is out of control? Well, this is what you get. And St. Louis, I mean, you voted for her twice. And this is one of the very rare instances where I, as an Illinois resident, get to say, what are you doing? Because I understand being on the other side. And I'm going on, as an Illinois voter, I'm saying, I didn't vote for this. I think it's a disaster. But in the city of St. Louis, you work here. You want to come travel here to see the Cardinals. You want to come be a part of the art scene, the music scene that we have in St. Louis. You want to be a part of this. But you've stopped coming here because it's a disaster, and it's easy to see why. It's very obvious. It's not like we need to convene people and say, what could possibly be causing this situation in St. Louis? It's obvious.
And it's gotten so bad that even people who had been her advocates, people on her side, not just politically, but even in the same kind of political camps as her, have at least, if not openly criticized, they have definitely backed off of their support of her because her record is so bad. But yet again, as you just said, with, making it all about demographics, there really is only one person right now who's making her resignation about race or gender. It's her. She said that in her resignation letter, that's why this is happening to her. But that's because it plays, because people will hear that. And some people, without knowing the facts, will say, well, that's probably true. They'll just go with it.
There should be a bipartisan support for the common sense that comes behind taking criminals off the street. There's probably common sense. No, not probably. There can be common sense behind the idea and the investing in rehabilitating people. But you can't rehabilitate people who commit violent crimes outside of the system. You have to take people who have stolen the rights of safety and security in this city. You have to take the people who had disregard and disrespect for another person's right to safety and security, their own person, their own business, their own car, the autonomy that comes with the liberties that God has given us in this country. Somebody who is willing to take that away from somebody else needs to suffer the consequences of it. I have a heart for rehabilitation, but that to me, if there's any essence at all of violence involved, you got to learn that lesson the hard way. I'm not saying straight to the gallows with these people. That's ridiculous. We can work to rehabilitate people who have not been faced with an understanding of what they have to live for. Because that's kind of what it seems to me that a lot of these people who are advocating for rehabilitation instead of incarceration are advocating that these people don't have any other choice in life. That's just not true. Even if everything laid out in front of them looks hopeless, they're still making choices to take hope away from other people. We should be able to walk and chew gum at the same time. We should be investing in these communities to help provide opportunity, but make sure that they understand you have opportunity over here. You screw that up, you get the same consequences as anybody else would.
Yeah, walk and chew gum at the same time is exactly right. You can have consequences for crime while also believing in rehabilitation, but you have to have the consequence to stop the crime initially. Otherwise, rehabilitation toward what? You're not going to do it. It's not going to work.
Let's take a quick break. Kevin Killeen, KMOX reporter who has been in the courtroom with some of the proceedings in this Kim Gardner trial, who we found out yesterday afternoon that Kim Gardner was resigning as of June 1st. What is the scoop on this story? Kevin Killeen in studio with us when we come back. Don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Twitter @AnnieFryShow.
Let's talk about air comfort service and how your comfort zone is a phone call away. That air conditioner not working as well as it should in your house when the temperatures have gotten up a little bit here into the mid-70s. Maybe you've kicked it on at night so you can have a comfortable sleep. Reach out to Air Comfort Service and talk to them about how they can help you. All you got to do is call 314-513-0091. They have a special offer for you right now, and I'll give that number again that you need to call in order to acquire it. Through May 26th, you can save up to $7,500 in manufacturer and utility rebates and tax credits on a hybrid HVAC system. They have this offer available to you, and you need to call 314-513-0091. Corey Malone, Kendra, the entire team at Air Comfort Service for over half a century in St. Louis is the destination to get you back into your comfort zone, be it your air conditioner, your furnace. If you need the insulation in your home checked, maybe your HVAC system is working great, but the air seeping out of your house where it's not supposed to be, they can help you with that as well. 314-513-0091. Online right now at aircomfortservice.com.
Remember your childhood piggy bank and the satisfaction you felt finally reaping the rewards of your diligent savings? With TrueHold, you can access your biggest piggy bank, your home's equity, and start enjoying the retirement you planned for right now without having to move. Here's how. TrueHold will buy your home for its best current value while home values are high. You get to bank all the cash now and live in your home for as long as you want. Plus, TrueHold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance, too. And since TrueHold pays your home's current value in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Start enjoying your home's equity while values are high. Visit TrueHold.com and discover how much TrueHold will buy your home for today based on its best current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
If you like to work with a local company that gives back to the community, Window World is the preferred window of your St. Louis Blues. Mark Cox here from my friends out at Window World. What a great product. A lifetime warranty. It covers all the parts, the glass breakage, the labor. You've heard me say that before. And they've been around for over 20 years. They have improved the look and the efficiency of over 70,000 homes in the greater St. Louis area. They have the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. That's hard to get, right? And that's important. They're ranked number one in the number of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. Call them for a free estimate. Let them show you why they say simply the best for less. New doors, new windows. With Window World, they're now offering 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit. 314-993-1800. That's 314-993-1800. Or you can go online anytime to windowworld.com.
Diamonds Direct invites you to join us as we celebrate all the moms in our lives. This Mother's Day, we're giving Mom more to say thank you for all she does. With every fashion jewelry purchase of $2,500 or more, we'll give Mom a free customizable diamond initial pendant valued at nearly $800. We've put together an exceptional collection of meaningful gifts for any budget. The perfect heirloom pieces to pass down to the next generation of moms. Birthstone rings, stackable rings, eternity bands, pearls, elegant diamond pendants, and of course, stunning diamond earrings. This year, she deserves a gift that keeps giving, and at Diamonds Direct, that's our specialty. Timeless gifts of jewelry she can enjoy and cherish for decades to come. Now's a great time to upgrade her diamond studs or pendant with Diamonds Direct's unmatched 110% upgrade. Come let the experts at Diamonds Direct help you find that remarkable gift that says, "Cheers, Mom, for all you do and for who you are." Diamonds Direct. Get locations and store hours at diamondsdirect.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Don't suffer from spring allergies when Air Comfort Service has solutions to remove up to 99% of allergens. Improve your indoor air quality and get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Eric Clapton is coming to St. Louis September 12th, and we have your chance to win tickets. Now through May 7th, for each hour you listen to 97.1 FM Talk on the Odyssey app, you'll be entered to win. All you have to do is log in and listen. This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Such a blessing, yeah. Turn every situation into heaven, yeah. Oh, you are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me feeling some kind of
The court
way.
has opined that her office appears on the brink of collapse. And within the past 2 weeks, several more of her assistants have quit and walked away from the dysfunctional office. The court has opined that her office is a rudderless ship of chaos. Every minute she remains in office puts lives and property in St. Louis at risk.
That's the Attorney General of the state of Missouri, Bailey, talking about how the Kim Gardner office, the circuit attorney office, is on the verge of collapse. Well, she said she's going to resign. We hear it says of June 1st, but we need the real scoop. So we go next door to KMOX and borrow Kevin Killeen and his time. And we're always grateful when you come in here, Kevin.
Annie, good to be here. What can I tell you?
To everything.
All right, first, I want to apologize to anyone in the audience who has Kim Gardnered out.
Nobody here.
My wife made
or her fans
barbecued pork steaks on Monday, and I've been having them for dinner every night. And I love them, but it's like Kim Gardner. You can have too much of it.
Yeah.
So we'll make this a light serving of pork steaks for you.
I think you just hit the nail right on the head.
After yesterday's astonishing day where she resigned or issued this resignation letter, there's a whole new twist to it today. That maybe that resignation isn't the resignation we think it is.
Oh, man. Drama. How?
Well, Andrew Bailey, who is the attorney general who's been suing to get her out of office, he says, she's made this deal with the Senate Democrats, but he says it's like in Star Wars where Lando Calrissian made a deal with Darth Vader, and then he said, I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. That there's no guarantee that as of June 1st, she will actually step down. It has a lot of wiggle room in it, and she's very good at wiggling. And they're concerned that the leverage of she's saying now she would resign because she doesn't want the lawmakers to pass the special prosecutor bill, that leverage would go away after the session ends in about a week, right?
Okay.
So Bailey says, hey, you've made this deal, you sent out this letter, but it's full steam ahead on my lawsuit to get you out of office, and I want you to sign a consent decree, a legally binding document with me that you're going to not run for this office again and that you're going to step down immediately.
Not run for that office again. Could she run for another one?
Yeah, I don't think he would have the reach to say you can't be mayor or sheriff or whatever you want to do.
I hesitate to think that if Kim Gardner came back on the political scene, that in St. Louis, don't you think, Ryan, she'd get elected again? She'd get elected again for circuit attorney.
I don't know. At this point, I really don't. Just because there's been so many people who had been in her corner in the past who don't seem to be supporting her now, I just don't know that she would have that support this time.
So, Kevin, when she's saying she's going to resign on June 1st, you're saying the attorney general is skeptical that that's even a rock solid commitment.
Yeah, he said if you look at her MO in court, she's very good at maneuvering, delaying, postponing, and this potentially could be a maneuver to get the legislation to go away, and then she could alter the deal. And we don't have any evidence that she's going to do that, but he asked the question, and I don't know the answer to it, why would she want to stick around until June 1st? Why can't she leave right away?
So what precipitated the resignation yesterday? Because it seemed, what was the specific thing that made her decide, all right, I'm out. I don't want to fight this.
Well,
because this was supposed to take months and months.
Yeah, I remember Bill Reeker was a very wise newsman at KMOX. He would say volunteered information is usually not true.
But it's usually fun.
Yeah. What Kim Gardner volunteered
Yeah.
on her resignation was that she was leaving because she wanted to somehow stop this bill in the legislature and use as a bargaining chip her resignation so that there wouldn't be a special prosecutor appointed elsewhere, not by voters here. But another theory is that Kim Gardner really quit because the chips were up in this quo warranto case. Earlier in the week, the judge ruled, hey, I'm not going to dismiss this. You got to go to court, and you have to turn over all this evidence, and potentially she would have to take the witness stand. And that was the thing that she was so against in the Eric Greitens trial that she called it quits when she might have to be called to testify.
If she ends up taking the stand, I'd imagine that would be there would be much more potentially long-term damaging things that could happen to her. Having to be on the stand, having things out there and sworn testimony, that type of stuff.
Yeah, and every lawyer, I mean, their golden underwear that they never want to lose is their law license. And so she doesn't want to have that taken away from her by potentially, even if you perjure yourself by accident or by design. So I think that's the thing. She can escape all this with her law license, and she's getting a nursing degree.
Naturally.
And, well, you laugh, but she had been an RN beforehand. And I'll say this about Kim Gardner. You have to admire her smarts. She's got a nursing degree, a law degree, and these are not easy curriculums like speech communication that I went through.
Yeah, mass comm here.
And so people
laborious
in the newsroom are saying, how can she get through that and not run this prosecutor's office?
Did you say golden underwear before?
I don't remember saying that.
Ryan, your golden underwear you would say is...
You're using it as a metaphor because mine
I'm
would
just
actually be
using it-
literal golden underwear.
I was just using it in the same well-respected way that Kevin just did.
Metaphorically, my golden underwear are golden underwear.
You just have golden underwear.
Yeah, 24 karat. I can go to the cheap stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, the law license is the golden underwear that you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the real reason that, it's just a losing game for her to have gone on with this lawsuit against her.
So, Kevin, you've been on the street talking to people and asking people about Kim Gardner. Last time you were in here, you were discussing with people what they thought about her. And my recollection was most people were like, she's a problem, she's got to go. One guy, big fan, also had an ankle monitor on when you interviewed them out here on the street.
Oh, he was a big fan of her.
Big fan of hers. and you, possibly.
No, I got to say this. Kim Gardner is a phenomenon. I mean, we're sort of like our parents, not able to understand why our kids like some rock and roll person. She's a rock star to many people. I was talking to a guy last night, an African-American man. He's about 30, 35. I said, just out of curiosity, what do you think about Kim Gardner? And I wasn't interviewing him, but he said, well, she's done a lot of good for this town, and they've really tried to keep her down. And that's the message that has reached him, and he was very sincere about that. And that's the message that we hear from even her resignation letter. I'm the first African-American woman. I went after the McCloskeys, Greitens.
The real criminals.
I made stars out of the McCloskeys.
I released Lamar Johnson, who was wrongly convicted of murder. And she thinks, well, for all these reasons, they're after me. But we were going to ask her today if she had had her news conference. Well, what about Wesley Bell? Or Cori Bush or Tashara Jones. I mean, they're all African-American reformers, but nobody's trying to quo or ronto them out of office.
Great point. Well, I pivot and look at Chicago. Chicago, different position, but Chicago voted Mayor Lori Lightfoot out. A lot of people had a lot of trouble with the direction that crime had gone in that city. Kim Foxx, the district attorney there, I believe, is not running for re-election or stepping down. So they have their own issues there. Chicago says, Lori Lightfoot, we're done with you. We want to change. And then they go a little bit further to the left of Lori Lightfoot. St. Louis is going to have an open position for circuit attorney. How does that position get filled? And come the next election, maybe it's Kim Gardner 2.0, somebody who is even better at doing the things that she was doing in her position in the first place.
Yeah, you don't know. The governor would appoint the interim. That's what all the local progressives dread. They don't want somebody who's, going to be like the Lone Ranger or, the guy with the white hat on the horse. They want somebody who's of the city. And then it would be an open election. And I don't know who might run, but there has been one person say he's going to run.
Would that happen during the November 2024 election cycle, April of next year?
You got
November this year?
I think her term was set to expire in about a year, so it would be over the horizon. Her second term.
I recall Governor Parson saying too when the Attorney General first came out and said we're going to pursue this quo warranto thing. I recall that the governor contacted the mayor's office and said we'd like to work with you on an appropriate replacement. So what I hear you saying is it's the governor's position to appoint.
Mm-hmm.
But good politics would say that the governor would consult with the mayor of the city of St. Louis.
Yeah. And there's even been talk that Marvin Tier, who used to be in the office, African-American, very respected, he was their chief trial guy, that he might be called back. But somebody said yesterday he's in Sweden. He's out of town.
Good move.
Kevin, when you interviewed the AG today, Andrew Bailey, and he said essentially that he's not going to stop. Does that mean that he's not going to stop right now until June 1 to make sure that she actually goes through with this? Or would he continue to go through past June 1st just to make sure?
I understood him to say he wanted two things: immediate step down and also a promise not to run for the same office. Because he said, we'll be back here we go again.
So if he gets that, he's done. He's saying we got what we needed.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't sign that, then he's just going to continue to pursue the same exact things he is now, even if she's not in office?
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He wants to put the pressure on her to the point where she agrees not to come back.
Okay.
Before we let you go, Kevin Killeen in with us right now, KMOX reporter who's been following the Kim Gardner saga very closely. I would assume that the drama that is associated with the Kim Gardner office and it's a pretty significant thing for the Attorney General to pursue. This is not something that just happens. It's a pretty significant step.
Who ever heard of quo warranto?
I can't even say it yet. I need to practice it at home.
We just say QW.
QW, there you go. But I would think that putting somebody in there who would do the business of the people who the circuit attorney represents, the people that live in the city, who work in this in this circuit, who are wanting to be able to come to St. Louis and feel safe, you got to have an understanding of law and order. You have to have a respect for law and order. Whomever that person is that replaces Kim Gardner, should that be the final outcome here, could make a pretty drastic imprint on law and order in this city, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just if the word got out on the street, like, hey, if they arrest you, they aren't going to let you go.
That's a good start. That's the start.
Really something.
You for circuit attorney.
No.
You should just walk around the city and start telling people that. Just say,
well,
pass it around.
Wear a white hat.
I say that because
carry a horse.
The police have told us that when they have been arresting people in the Kim Gardner years for stuff around downtown, they are told, well, go ahead. Kim's just going to let us go. I mean, that's in the mindset of ne'er-do-wells that, you don't have to have your expired temp tag fixed in any part of your life. You can get by with a lot.
Wow. Well, we appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you for coming in and talking to us about this. And listening to what you say, there's still some wrinkles here that need to be ironed out. So we will follow you around and keep asking you to come back, if you will humor us.
You got it.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Kevin Killeen, KMOX reporter, on this story, the Kim Gardner story, announcing yesterday her resignation. But of course, it's always more complicated than just the headline, and that's why we give you the whole story. We're going to take a quick break. Weekends America on the Annie Frey Show. When we come back, don't go away.
Oh, you are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me feeling some kind of way. Make me want to savor every moment slowly, slowly.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show.
Got the only key, know how to turn it on. The way you never lie my ear, the only words I wanna hear. Baby, take it slow so we can last long.
Tú eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso.
Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte.
So Michael's Flooring Outlet is a local business that when you purchase your flooring from Michael's, you're shopping from somebody who's been in the business here in St. Louis for 3 decades. That's pretty fantastic. It's nice to shop local, but you also get you get the opportunity to work with somebody who prioritizes value and quality. It's nice to be able to find a place where those two things intersect. Smart Strand Mohawk Silk line of carpeting available at Michael's Flooring Outlet. It has a silky softness and a superior performance. It's going to be able to live up to the life you're going to live on it, and it's going to look beautiful in your home. If you are looking for something for your commercial place of business, or maybe a church or a place where you volunteer and you've got a flooring decision to make ahead of you, go to Michael's Flooring Outlet. Tell them that Annie Frey 97.1 sent you and start the conversation. Their staff there is going to help you get exactly what you need, respect your budget, give you the estimate so that you can get on with the job. If you don't begin your flooring excursion at Michael's Flooring Outlet, make sure you go there before you end it, because that'll probably be the last place that you go. You can find them online at igotfloored.com.
Sharpshooter's indoor range can accommodate every firearms enthusiast from beginner to experienced. Skill levels focusing on safety and fundamentals. Buy a daily pass for just $21 or annual membership with discounts for law enforcement, first responders, or military with proof of valid department ID. Mention the Eat and Shoot combo at the Pit and Grill after you shoot for daily combo deals. It's bang good barbecue. Sharpshooter's indoor range. SharpshooterSTL.com. Mention 97.1 and get a one-time use $5 ammunition credit.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back, because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-330-2900. 800-330-2900. That's 800-330-2900.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-652-5241 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-652-5241. That's 800-652-5241. What do you have to lose? Call 800-652-5241. Again, 800-652-5241.
It's the Zero Res Spring Flash Sale. Get a free hallway with any of our carpet cleaning packages with 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129. Call Zero Res at 314-474-2020 or online at ZeroResSTL.com for the Mark Reardon Special. Zero Res, you spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same.
Well, do you ever want to ask us a question? Get online on the Annie Frey Show YouTube page and ask us anything, because the Ask Me Anything question session is coming up at the beginning of next hour. Right now, it is 12:45. The time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
You could be watching this right now. Tune into the Annie Frey Show live stream. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter. You know what? Just type in Annie Frey Show live stream. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Wiggins! Oh! Wiggins! Who would like to know some big stars who've been banned from Disney parks?
That sounds interesting.
Are we going to add to the list this weekend?
Well, that's kind of the idea, isn't it?
Sidebar, Snooki is in Disney currently.
Oh, boy.
How
I
did
think
you
that's
know
fun.
that? Or do you follow
Instagram.
Snooki?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when I ordered chocolates?
Yeah.
From Jeremy's
Months
chocolate?
ago?
Yes. We are coming May 15th.
Ooh.
Wow.
So I thought you were going to say this weekend. Well,
No.
We're not here.
Jeremy's she/her nutless chocolate and Jeremy's he/him nuts. I don't remember what I ordered.
I probably got nutless.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
That's fine.
Anyway, this just did.
Completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. So we are, this is our last show until Tuesday because we're headed to Disney World this weekend as a show.
Doing the voice again.
3 days, 2 nights.
3 days, 2 nights.
Whirlwind.
We'll be there. Log in and subscribe to our stuff because we'll be throwing up random content all weekend.
We will not be throwing up.
We'll be vomiting out random content is what I meant.
Yeah, please subscribe. Subscribe.
So I thought in light of that, I would share a bunch of stars who were banned from Disney, and we'll see whether or not these are things that we might do, and we'll tape them. First, Rebel Wilson says she was banned from Disney for 30 days. This was actually the most recent one, for taking a bathroom selfie. These are rules that I'm not really familiar with.
What?
I'll explain. During an appearance on The Daily Show, Rebel Wilson says she was banned from the Disneyland theme park after taking a bathroom selfie. I took a photo in a secret bathroom inside Disneyland, she says, which is illegal.
Was she in Club 33?
And I got officially banned for 30 days. I don't know what is Club 33. Is that like a special celebrities only place?
It's just a very expensive exclusive,
Okay.
which just sounds like Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can research it. But it's something that she would. What did you, man?
What's that?
Why is that font on that page so large?
Oh, that's just the headline.
Is that so I can read it?
Stars who have been banned. Yeah.
It's
People over the air can read that.
Is literally half of the
He
page.
forgot his readers, Annie.
Nah.
Old age will do that to you.
Yeah, they banned her for 30 days because those are the rules. You can't take a picture inside of certain areas, I guess.
I think that every area we're allowed to go, we can take.
We're fine?
photos. I don't think that we are going to be in that exclusive of a location.
Are you sure it wasn't because it was a bathroom?
No,
it's not.
there are
What's
certain
wrong with
areas of
Club
Disney.
33 is like a super, super exclusive club. And I can already hear the comments right now coming in on this. And you can't photograph it because it's a place that, generally speaking, a lot of higher profile people go, and they don't want to go there and have to be photographed by people because they're vacationing and stuff.
Yeah, so it's against the rules even to take a picture of yourself, apparently.
Yeah, you just can't take. Yeah, you can't take photos.
Can't take photos. So Disney reached out to her saying,
Yeah,
look,
Amy says Club 33, Disney Illuminati.
yeah, this is different level stuff here. And they said, look, you got to be banned for 30 days. That's the way it rolls. Tell us which 30 days you'd like to be banned for.
Sure, that sounds about right.
At least they follow the rules. Blake Lively said she had a 1-year ban from Disney when she was about 6 for trying to sneak into the park for free with her brother.
Ooh.
Yeah, they take that stuff seriously.
She says, I was banned from Disney for a year. She told David Letterman, apparently. This was all my brother's fault. If you get a stamp when you leave the park, if you spray hairspray on it, you can transfer it onto someone else's hand. Is that still the case?
No.
This is old stuff,
No,
right?
now they use your fingerprint.
I
You should
see.
try that.
Stamp.
Retina scan.
Spray hairspray on your finger and see if you can't.
Yeah, let's try that.
Change your fingerprint. Yeah, she says in the parking lot, her brother went up to someone and said, hey, can we spray hairspray on your hand and transfer it? And they said, yeah, we can do that. So they did it. And they were approached by some employees. They said, excuse me, can you come with us?
No, it makes me sick to think about.
6 years old. And her brother says, no matter what
think
they
about
say,
what?
do not confess. I will not
Having
admit
an
that we did
authority
that.
come up to me and like, can you come with me? I don't like to be in trouble.
She says she was taken to a Disney prison with all white rooms.
She
where
wasn't allowed to take
everyone
photos.
was wearing white to be
Club 33.
interrogated. Amazing. She said it was so traumatizing that being 6 years old that she still remembers it. Former President Barack Obama
Really?
was once booted from Disney for smoking in the park as a college student.
I was going to say, he wasn't the president, was he?
He wasn't the
I can
president
imagine
at
him
the time.
sitting in the Hall of Presidents smoking a cigarette. They're like, got to get out of here.
No,
sir."
yeah.
Security walks up. Can you come with us, sir?
Yeah.
He criticized his own likeness too much. He said, that doesn't look like me.
You can't smoke anywhere in the park. Completely smoke-free.
Has that always been the rule?
No, it's actually as they used to within the last 5 years have sections where you could go smoke. I mean, you can be on Disney World property and there are places that you can go smoke, but they're so few and far between, and there's nowhere inside the parks where you can go do that anymore.
So would you be kicked out right away if you lit up a cigarette in the park?
I don't know if they'd kick you out. They'd immediately tell you to stop for sure. I don't know. I'll bring your pack of cigarettes and we'll find out.
Let's just bring one, like one crumbly
roll it up in your
cigarette.
sleeve. Just put it behind your ear.
Roll it up in my sleeve. Just one cigarette, though. That'd be awesome. During a 2018 campaign rally in Anaheim, California, Obama told the story of how he was once kicked out of Disney as a college student at Occidental College. He said a few of us were smoking on the gondolas. This was I guess that's not even in operation anymore. The gondolas stopped operation in 1994, it says. And Obama and his friends reached the end of the ride. They said they were approached by two very large Disney police officers who said, "Sir, can you come with us?" And they escorted us out of the park. True story, everybody. I was booted from Magic Kingdom, he says. But later, he says he was told he could come back anytime. And now they have a talking statue of him in the park. Number 4, Bruce Springsteen and his E Street Band guitarist, Steven Van Zandt, were escorted out of Disney for violating the park's dress code.
Was Steven Van Zandt in Sopranos?
That's a great question. Somebody can look that up because I have no idea.
I don't know if I could name a Springsteen song.
Really? Like Dance in the Dark / Pooping in the Park?
Okay. No,
That was one
I
of them.
know many of them. Yeah, Steven Van Zandt was in it.
He the guitarist for Bruce Springsteen was in The Sopranos?
One of the main characters.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He's great.
So apparently he's famous outside of just being a guitarist for Springsteen. Says when we bought our tickets, Steve was giggling excitedly, couldn't wait, and entered through the turnstiles. He proceeded approximately 30 feet inside where he was stopped, asked to step aside, and told that in order to remain in the park, he will need to remove his bandana.
Bandana?
Is that still the case?
I don't think so.
What's wrong with a bandana?
It says that the powers that be say he would be misidentified as a gang member, Blood or Crip.
Ooh.
What year was this?
Ooh, yeah, that would fly now.
I'd have to look and see. It's probably a while
What if
ago.
people identified him as Steve Van Zandt with his
That's
signature bandana? People are going to go up and be like, "Are you Blood or Crip?" And you're like, "I'm from Bruce Springsteen, man."
Yeah, I was on The Sopranos.
I'm friends with the boss.
It
Mickey
says
Mouse? No.
that
Bruce Springsteen.
Springsteen said that he also had a bandana on and he would not remove it, and they kicked him out right away. And Springsteen said he was going to remove his if Steve wanted to, but in solidarity, he didn't, refused to remove it. And his said "Born in the USA" on it, by the way. That is a Springsteen song.
I know that song.
Okay,
I
there
hate
you
it.
go. You hate it?
All of his, the only song that I can think of that Bruce Springsteen sings is that dumb Santa Claus is Coming to Town song.
Please.
And that is every Bruce Springsteen song to me. Sounds like that. Santa Claus is coming to town. Hello.
Yeah.
And it's just over and over. It's like, when does this end?
And it's off key.
January.
I agree.
It's so bad.
The only reason I don't completely go down the same road as you is I know so many people who love Springsteen
I'm not
music
mad
so
at
much.
them.
I just don't get it. But there must be something there that we're missing. Let's see. USA. Yeah.
It's just over and over and over.
And the jokes. They're like, "Hey, were you good this year? Oh, you were. Santa may not be coming to the house."
I want to be at that party. So ridiculous.
USA.
Does anybody like that song? Or is it just
No.
because Bruce Springsteen is so
Yes,
great that
it's
people
just that.
tolerate it?
It's just because it's Springsteen.
Sorry, go ahead. There's more.
Last one. USA soccer star Alex Morgan was kicked out of a Disney World along with 2 other soccer players because they got, I think we actually might be able to do this one.
Oh, no.
They got so hammered in Epcot's UK section that
UK?
Yeah, the United Kingdom.
I know what the UK is. Just saying all the places in World Showcase where you could get a little inebriated, I wouldn't be doing it
in the
there.
UK.
I'd be in Mexico.
It says partying in a bar in
Or
the
America.
UK. They got into a verbal altercation and got into a fight and got kicked out.
We're not going to do that.
Well, I'm just saying, let's leave the door cracked.
You got 2 nights and 3 days. There's no time for a hangover.
I don't want a hangover, but I wouldn't mind getting plastered in the UK.
Brian, nobody wants a hangover. Ask Me Anything at 1:25. Get your questions on the YouTube right now. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of those Fox leaks, Tucker tapes. Don't go away.
You want to retire soon, but everyone keeps telling you to wait until you're 65. After all, that's the age that you qualify for Medicare and you're close to full retirement age. I'm Marvin Mitchell, president of Compass Retirement Solutions. In my new book, Retire Early, The 9 Critical Decisions When Retiring Before 65, I discuss proper planning to help make early retirement possible. When to take Social Security, what to do with your 401k, health care, how to maximize retirement income, and much more. Get a complimentary copy of Retire Early by calling 1-800-743-8510. That's 1-800-743-8510. Can you retire early? Call 1-800-743-8510 for your copy of Retire Early, The 9 Critical Decisions When Retiring Before 65.
Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois. Compass Retirement Solutions is not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
So FoleyDentalGroup.com is the website if you're looking for a dentist, if you're looking to make a change, or if you just haven't been in a while. Give them a chance, and you will see why we go there. They have an amazing staff, top to bottom, from the moment you walk in the door to when you leave after you've seen the dentist. You're in the best hands, the best care for your dental health. They have a new location. Everything is top of the line, state of the art, and they're located at 270 and 159. Very simple to get to, of course, from anywhere on the Illinois side on 159 there, but also from across the river. If you're looking to travel, because you will travel for the top line care in your dental health, Foley Dental Group is there. They're taking new patients, 618-288-9670, 618-288-9670. Reach out to Foley Dental Group and talk to them about getting your cleaning scheduled. If you've got some pain in your mouth and you need that to get looked at, they will work you in as soon as possible. But they're taking phone calls right now at 618-288-9670, online at FoleyDentalGroup.com.
If you want to lose weight, I've got a great idea for you. Mark Cox here for my friends at Victory Men's Health. They're now offering FDA-approved semaglutide. They have tremendous results with this medication. The average patient loses 15% of their body weight. Men and women can get semaglutide from Victory Men's Health at any of their 3 locations. Be sure and book your appointment today online at victorymenshealth.com.
Hi, this is Andy Berg, board-certified master arborist with Hanson's Tree Service. The cool, wet weather of spring creates the perfect conditions for leaf diseases in the landscape, which may lead to health concerns. Go to hansonstree.com to find out how we can service your trees today.
Tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Paperwork pileup. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. A Trump-era health policy targeting migrants and asylum seekers is set to expire in less than a week, with a backlog of immigration court cases.
2.1 million cases. That is the backlog as of this morning. And that number only expected to grow when Title 42 is lifted. Right now, the backlog is about 4 to 6 years, but some experts say it could go 8 to 10 years to even get into court to hear your case because of Title 42. One of the reasons is only about 600 immigration judges right now that are active in the United States. Obviously, the Department of Justice wants more. They've appropriated more, but clearly the judges are overwhelmed.
Fox's David Spunt. Indiana's governor has signed a bill into law requiring administrators to notify a parent if a student requests a name or pronoun change at school. That bill is one of the final bills approved in a legislative session that had targeted LGBTQ+ people, especially students. The White House is expected to announce a nominee to replace retiring Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley.
President Biden is expected to choose Air Force Chief of Staff General Charles Brown Jr. General Brown will need to be confirmed by the Senate and will become the second black man to hold the position after Colin Powell held the job under President George H.W. Bush. The next chairman will have their hands full in dealing with potential nuclear threats from North Korea, as well as the war in Ukraine and China's hostility towards Taiwan. General Milley's term runs through September.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz at the White House. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky submitted her resignation today, saying the waning of the COVID-19 pandemic was a good time to make a transition. Her last day will be on June 30th. She's been in charge of the agency for just over 2 years. America is listening to Fox News.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do bank closures, inflation rate hikes, and the roller coaster of the market frighten you as much as it does me? You need to call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick the precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today and learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan at 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Still a chance of a couple showers or rumble of thunder, but rainfall amounts are limited. Clouds will dominate, and we're a little cooler this afternoon, 68 degrees. Tonight, clouds, couple showers, 55. Saturday, clouds, giving way to partly sunny skies in the afternoon, but still a chance of a couple of pop showers, windy, and 80 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny, couple of showers, 89 for the high on Sunday. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
97.1 FM Talk. You're here because you clearly have a refined palate. St. Louis is home for conservative talk. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Frey, and Mark Reardon, along with Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw of the Retirement Advisory Group for their next Protecting Your Retirement educational event. It's Tuesday, May 16th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Seats are limited, so go online to retirementkey.com. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement and wondering if you can afford to retire? Or do you worry about surviving the next market crash? Did you know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can roll over your company retirement plan tax-free and protect your nest egg from many more losses and provide more income than most investment options? Would you like to know how linking to the market instead of owning the market is so much safer for your retirement savings? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you don't want to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg. Join the official financial advisors of my show, Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw, Tuesday, May 16th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Water Sweet Soap Company is there to help you make Mother's Day shopping as easy as it can possibly be. Go online to watersweetssoap.com, water, SWEETS, soap.com. And when you fill your cart on the website, put in the promo code Annie, save 10%. Let me suggest to you the Sugar Scrub. It is fantastic. I love the smell and the feel of the energy. It's orange Sugar Scrub that they sell at Water Sweets Soap. It's all made here in Illinois. It's locally produced. It is wonderful products, and the ability to give mom something that you're guaranteeing she is going to like, you're going to have that be the case at Water Sweet Soap Company. There are 2 locations, one in Edwardsville, Illinois, one in O'Fallon, Illinois. If you go into the store and you mention Annie, you're going to get a free gift. But also, if you go into the store and you have no idea, you're looking around, you're like, everything smells great, everything looks great, I don't know what to buy here. Go give them a budget, and they will put something together of my favorite things that I use myself, and you will get them in a nice, beautiful, wrapped box that's got a bow on it. It's very ready to present for your mom or for your significant other this Mother's Day. Don't miss out this awesome opportunity at Water Sweet Soap Company, online at watersweetssoap.com.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things for our planet. When planning your summer vacation, pick a destination close to where you live to limit your use of fuel. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
The Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health understands how difficult it is to maintain healthy skin and how much this can affect someone's life. With the right combination of treatments and products, they can help you keep your skin looking healthy and more youthful, while also reducing and preventing damage. Take your first step towards healthy skin at the Med Spa at the Institute of Natural Health. Visit them at inhstl.com or call to schedule at 314-293-8123. That's 314-293-8123.
For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof, Frederick Roofing.
Over 90,000 satisfied customers since 1929. Frederick Roofing, 314-645-2000.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Cinco de Mayo on the Annie Frey Show. We're glad that you were here. There's a hashtag on Twitter. I wonder what percentage, what would you guys guess? The percentage of our audience that actively uses Twitter. It's way smaller than we think.
25%.
You think?
Yeah, I would give probably 25 to 30%, somewhere around there. Let's say 30.
Let us know on the Annie Frey YouTube channel if you're listening there. If you do use Twitter, you can let us know what your screen name or what is your handle is on Twitter. At Annie Frey Show is mine. At Radio Wiggins. At Range Brad. At
One Hannah Gibbs.
One Hannah Gibbs, because there is only one Hannah Gibbs. That's probably not true at all. There's probably a lot of Hannah Gibbs.
Yeah, there's probably a whole bunch of them.
But there's only one of ours. So you can go into Twitter and you can follow us, blah, blah, blah. There is a hashtag, and it's Fox Leaks. And you find out, you do a little research, and you do some digging, and you're like, oh, Media Matters is behind this. And you have to know that going into it, because now you know the angle. Now you can know the angle of anything and still consume what is out there and consume it for what it is. Just because Fox News puts something out there doesn't mean that I inherently agree with and love everything about it. Just because MSNBC or CNN puts something out means I'm not going to listen to it and consider it. But knowing the source makes a difference.
Yeah, you got to know it. Everything's through a filter, and then you got to know where it's coming from.
The Fox leaks are pushed by Media Matters, and they're trying to expose Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, in this moment in time, is he more popular now than he's ever been? Do you think that the firing has diminished his popularity?
No, it hasn't. It's diminished his audience, but I can't imagine he's been less popular or more popular. I mean,
is there anybody who watched Tucker Carlson, the 3 million people who watched him every night? Is there anyone who's like, well, I'll never watch him again? Of those 3 million people, what percentage of those 3 million people are like, well, I'm done with Tucker Carlson?
I mean, maybe there's a percentage or two, that are just Fox
One of them
enthusiasts.
Is Rupert Murdoch.
I'm thinking it's there's got to be some of those 3 million that were hate watching Tucker Carlson, so they're probably like, I'll never watch him again.
But they probably said that every night.
Yeah.
And they DVR it.
Yeah.
Point made. Like,
yeah.
If and there's also something to be said. If this is the case, we don't really know all the details yet. That if Fox News decided we just can't be associated with his brand anymore, we know he's popular. We know we're going to make a martyr out of him. He's going to be bigger than ever. But for whatever particular reason, which I haven't really understood yet, we have to part ways. That's a business decision that Fox was in a position to make, whatever. So Media Matters gets a hold of these behind-the-scenes clips of Tucker Carlson getting primed and prepped to be on screen to speak to 3 million people. We have right now 131 people on our live stream. So I can see 131 people here. There's a percentage of them that participate in the chat. We chat with them throughout the course of the show. But we have tens of thousands of people listening to us in St. Louis. Every time I'm faced with that, Ryan, you've on a few occasions been like, imagine going and standing on the mound at Busch Stadium and being like, fill the stadium up. This is who we're talking to every day. That all of a sudden I'm like, I don't even think about
it's
that.
wild, isn't it?
It's very crazy. And also to understand, like I know specifically people who are stationed around the world who listen to our show every day and who have gotten people like in their office or wherever they're based that kind of listen to us with them. So in an incredibly teeny tiny way, we are worldwide. That's really cool because of the internet and because of the Odyssey app and the ability to take us anywhere you go if you so choose. 97.1 around the world. Tucker Carlson summons 3 million people a night. Wow.
Yeah.
That's I can't even comprehend that. That is so incredibly massive. He gets axed, it's shocking, and everyone's sitting around going, what happened? And Media Matters is like, we're gonna get Tucker Carlson. We're gonna expose him. So I'm gonna play a couple of these clips and I'm gonna get your reaction. Does this make you like him more? Hate him more? How does this change your opinion on him?
Can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer. It's personal. I'm not speaking of you, but more in general of ladies. When they go to the ladies' room and powder their noses, is there actually nose powdering going on?
Sometimes.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
Most of the time it's lipstick.
Do pillow fights ever break out? You don't have to.
Not in the bathroom.
Okay, not in the bathroom. Okay. That'd be more a dorm activity. Okay.
This is naughty Brazilian nurse territory.
I'm sorry. So you are such a good sport, such a good person. Thank you.
I got 2 brothers.
I know you do, but you do not deserve that, and I mean it with great affection.
I got you, man. Which way do you want to go?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Let me tune in.
He's sitting in his chair, as you've seen him sit there hundreds of times, thousands of times before, I don't know. And it's the makeup lady taking care of his makeup, brushing off his shoulder so he's perfect for the shot. Hannah, I'm going to ask you first.
Okay.
If you're in charge of Tucker Carlson's makeup, your job is to touch his face every day and you have a relationship with him because you work with him on a regular basis. It's a personal space thing.
Very.
What is your reaction to hearing that?
I would not take any offense to that at all. I would laugh and, joke with him back. I think that's funny. And hearing that clip, I don't understand the backlash that's coming from it. I think he was like just being personable, and that's great. And I like Tucker Carlson a lot. I see nothing wrong with this clip. I would have no problem at all if he asked me if women do pillow fights in the bathroom or whatever.
Ryan, you ask weekly what happens in the women's restroom here. Like, literally, the first person that seeps into my brain when I hear this is Brian Wiggins asks these questions all the time.
Oh, yeah. Like, come on, what really goes on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think that it is a question of infatuation in the mind of a man, because as we articulated a couple weeks ago when I showed the picture of the everybody's welcome bathroom that I had to use, and because I had to pee so bad it was either peeing that filth or peeing myself. Don't clip that. And
clipped.
No. And I go into this bathroom and the toilet seat is up. There's urine everywhere. The toilet roll is laying on the floor. It's just a disaster. Yeah, exactly. And I can understand every man's reaction to that is like, well, that's what a man's restroom looks like all the time, everywhere.
It's just what it is.
I was disgusted by it. And men are like, isn't that what bathrooms look like? And I'm sitting here going, no. The obvious question always follows. Men always wonder what goes on in the women's restroom. We go there in packs.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yes.
It's a little weird.
We make big decisions there.
So we go what are you really doing?
And
You're
not
not
only
just
that-
going to the bathroom. You're doing something else is going
and
on.
not only that, you come back from the women's restroom, you sit back down at the table, and then you look at one another, and you know you're having conversations with eye contact that we have no idea. We know there's something going on, but we don't know what you're saying to one
Well, that's
another.
why we had to go to the bathroom and have the conversation. It's silent for you.
Deliberately excluding us, and that makes us feel insecure.
Do you really want to know what is being discussed in the bathroom?
Only if it's about me.
Do you really want to know what's being discussed in the bathroom?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, because I'll tell you another truth, and that is, which I often do, which is that when you go to the bathroom to discuss things privately, men also have the opportunity to sit there and discuss things privately.
You know,
and you know what we don't do? That.
Do you know,
we don't do it.
How many women have ever asked the question, when we go to the bathroom, what do you guys talk about at the table while we're gone? Literally none.
No, because we're like,
They're not.
man,
You're not talking.
inflation's crazy, huh?
Well, you're too busy wrapped up in the conversation that you're going to have to worry about whatever we're going to talk
How
about.
do you know what we're talking about in the women's restroom?
We want to know.
Isn't maybe that the point?
Yes. That's the point. We want to know. There's secrets. There's secrets among sailors now.
I'm just
and
saying.
I thought we were all part
I'm
of
just
one
saying,
Navy.
What if the idea that there's a conversation that could be taking place in the bathroom that maybe doesn't even take place in the bathroom is just the whole point? Haven't you figured out yet that women always have to keep you guessing at least a little bit?
Yeah,
but we need to know why.
If we hadn't figured that out, I don't know that we'd still be here. But we still don't. You guys love that we want to know. That's the whole point, isn't it? You just love that we want to know what it is.
Do you want to know?
Keep them guessing.
Yeah, we want to know.
You don't want to know.
Therefore, it worked.
Tucker, good guy, bad guy.
There's absolutely nothing. I wrote on Twitter last night with that clip. I hope when they bury me, these are my scandals.
I actually saw that clip from your tweet. Brad, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I don't see anything wrong with this. This is just him being a guy, being a dude, talking to people that he works with.
The only thing that matters about what was said between Tucker and that staff member is how she felt about it. That's the only thing that matters. And the people who are out going, see, look at Tucker, look what he said. They don't care about that woman at all. There's no part of that exchange that is defending that woman. None. Not a single moment, fraction of a second do they care about her. They just want to dunk on Tucker, which is what Twitter is for you to find something that fits your narrative and dunks on Tucker. And you're just going to use that person in that clip as another catalyst to do that. If she came out and she says a story, I'll keep my mind open. If she comes out and she's like, there are other things that Tucker said that were way more inappropriate than that, and he made me feel uncomfortable every day, I'm listening to her.
Sure.
I would want to know that. But that conversation right there that is not made for public consumption, which it's in the public now, so it is, the way you behave is always your responsibility. That conversation, good grief. I have worked in the media industry since 2006. That is lower than G-rated compared to what I have been around.
No kidding.
Regularly. And there are times where I've been like, that kind of made me feel uncomfortable. And other times where if somebody were to pluck a conversation out of a closed-door office meeting that I was completely fine being a participant in or around, that if somebody else were to come in and shake their fingers at those, generally speaking, the meetings that I'm in over the course of my career, almost always were all men. And me. And those conversations would get colorful from time to time. If I felt uncomfortable, I would have done something about it. But it's absolutely nobody else's business to come in and shame those people who felt a relationship with me that I would reciprocate, like, here is the way we can talk around each other.
The nice thing about these clips regarding Tucker is that you know that the worst thing they could possibly find is what they were going to put out. If this is the worst they could find, what this shows is that Tucker, and by the way, that beep in there, that's not even a cuss word. That's just beeping out her name if I'm not wrong, just so that she remains anonymous.
Yep.
So if you hear a beep, it's not even that he's like cussing at her or anything, he's just beeping out her name. These things actually shine him in a better light because they make him not only it look like, oh, well, if that's your scandals, I'd love to see what you're like when you're nice. But they show that he was actually being pretty nice to people all the time, and the worst they could find about him was being nice to
somebody. Do you know how
many
people would be sitting in that chair and never even acknowledge the person who was touching their face?
I would say that's probably the most common.
Here's one more.
But nobody's going to watch it on Fox Nation. Nobody watches Fox Nation because the site sucks. So I'd really like to just dump the whole thing on YouTube. But anyway, that's just my view. I'm just frustrated with it's hard to use that site. I don't know why they're not fixing it. It's driving me insane. And they're like making like Lifetime movies, but they don't work on the infrastructure of the site. Like what? It's crazy, and it drives me crazy because it's like we're doing all this extra work and no one can find it.
So I'm going to stop it there for the sake of time. First of all, let me first and foremost say I pay to subscribe to Fox Nation. I love Fox Nation. I wish I had more time to watch stuff on Fox Nation. I would be considered a super user. So having what their demographic is, which is probably like a 60-year-old individual in middle America, is it difficult for them to access? I don't know. I would tell Tucker that I go to Fox Nation to watch the extra things that he did because I value it. With that being said, take the essence of what Tucker Carlson is doing there and realize that he is, on behalf of his team, everybody that goes and works towards the final product that you see on the screen, which is Tucker Carlson's face talking to people. The whole product has Tucker's name on it, is Tucker's face, is Tucker's voice, is Tucker's intellect that you consume. But there are so many things and so many people who go to make that frame look the way it looks, sound the way it sounds, and be consumable and desirable for you every single night. It is not just Tucker by any stretch of the imagination. And in this clip, everybody knows what it's like to work somewhere and to have the boss come up to your cubicle with the coffee cup and be like, I'm going to need those reports by whatever. Okay, all right,
yeah,
whatever.
TPS reports.
Exactly. And you're like, why? What are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? And it's because the boss says so. And sometimes, because I said so, in business is why you do things. And your opinion on it doesn't really matter. If anybody's opinion in that conversation is going to matter coming from the Tucker Carlson show, it's going to be Tucker's. Nobody else is going to have the influence that Tucker, and nobody else is going to get away with saying what Tucker is going to say other than him. And it sounds like maybe he didn't. But he's advocating for the hard work of his team, and he's presenting an opinion about a workplace demand that's been put on. And I think that's incredibly relatable. And I say this as somebody who would say, Tucker, I kind of disagree with you, Fox Nation, because I like it, watch it, it's on my TV at home, and I watch it on my computer. So, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with his point, but I don't know how much work he's putting into that. I just don't hear this and think, this man's awful and I never want to see his face again.
Yeah, again, this being the scandal that it's supposed to be, I would venture to say that the percentage of people who watch that who go, yeah, I've done that at work, is roughly 100%. Everybody has had some sort of conversation about something they're doing at work. They're like, it's not going right, or I'm not getting the support from the bottom or the top or whatever it is. You have some sort of frustration because you're invested in your work and it's just not going the way you want it to go. So what? If that's your scandal, again, let me have those scandals.
No kidding. I want 3 million viewers a night and those problems.
Yeah.
Kevin says on our YouTube channel, and I think this is an interesting point because this is where a lot of people come from, and then we'll wrap this. But Kevin says, and Tucker hates Trump with a passion, quote, he's a destroyer, but hey, no harm, no foul. He's too important to the movement, right? Here's what I have to say to that, Kevin, because I understand a lot of people who have seen Tucker Carlson's tweets about Donald Trump. You can dislike somebody and know that they're better than the alternative. And you can dislike somebody and want a different outcome in, say, a primary, but still know that that person is better than the direction this country is headed under somebody else. And nothing is as black and white as people try to make it seem. If Tucker Carlson has done anything in these tapes that have been leaked about him, he's just broadened the view of who we knew he was to begin with. It's a little more colorful. We had to go over these clips. Brad had to make sure and double check that some of the language that Tucker used, we are not allowed to air. on publicly consumed radio, I don't feel as though in my exposure, so if there's something out there that I've missed and haven't seen, I will correct myself. I don't feel like Tucker Carlson has contradicted who he has shown the American people that he is on his show. He has not directly contradicted the person who was on every night at 7 o'clock.
No, it just seems to me that he's more FCC compliant whenever he's on the air than whenever he's off the air.
Yeah.
That's the way I would describe it. I mean, it's just him. It's who he is. It's what he does. It's the way he is. I didn't look at these clips and go, oh, I didn't know Tucker was like that.
It's not even that you're in this, because when you talk about Donald Trump, people are like, oh, well, Trump's going to be Trump.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even going, well, Tucker's going to be Tucker. It's not even a thing. I mean, it's just Tucker Carlson being the same person he is on air, which is what you see is what you get. It's not controversial.
Like him more, like him less, no change?
Not much of a change, but if anything, more.
Brad?
No change.
I like him more. I think he seems more personable.
I'm more interested in hanging out with Tucker Carlson and picking his brain now than I was before, as if that's ever going to happen. But hey, he can come on this show since he's got some time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he thinks more people listen to the Annie Frey show than watch Fox Nation.
In the break, let's fake a clip where we accidentally, quote unquote, forget to turn the mics off, and you go raving about Tucker Carlson and it goes viral.
I'm pretty sure that our dissenters in the YouTube chat think I did that all week. We'll be right back. Ask me anything. Don't go away.
All we need is somebody to lean on.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
So let's talk about Stewart's American Mortgage and securing the best mortgage situation for yourself. If you're shopping for a home, remember to call Stewie, text Stewie, and ask about the bagel loan. The fact that he can close in like 12 or 13 days makes you an incredibly aggressive buyer. If you get pre-approved for the bagel loan, you're going to pay no fees, no closing costs. That is thousands of dollars that you're going to be able to save on the process of purchasing a home. Stewie is there to do business directly with you. And Stewart's American Mortgage does business the old-fashioned way. They care about you. You're not going to get passed around. You're going to be dealing with people right out of Overland, right here in St. Louis. Working with Stewie is somebody who you can trust. I've done 2 times of a mortgage refinance with him when rates were going down and down. And I would encourage you to check him out and talk to him about your specific situation to be the most competitive buyer to secure the house of your dreams so you can make it your home. 314-324-4440. Call 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan and MLS number 226715.
Man, what a great party you're throwing here. This wasp nest is great.
Yeah, man, we got about 70 wasps in here.
Too bad we can't fit any more wasps in here. It looks like they're having fun outside, stinging all the kids. Oh, man, who just pulled up?
Oh, no, it's the pest control company again with those green wheels. They seem to kill every one of my parties.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888. Learn more about our special $67 offer. You can visit us online at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Hello, I'm Greg Figueroa.
And I'm David Figueroa. Over 30 years ago, my brother Greg and I set out on a mission to offer the world a better hot sauce.
That's right, David. We made Melinda's thicker, hotter, and better than ordinary hot sauces.
And now we have 32 exciting and delicious sauces that hot sauce fans are obsessed with, like our ghost pepper sauce, our Thai sweet chili, and our best-selling black truffle hot sauce.
Melinda's also has 5 spicy ketchups made with real sugar and no added junk like high fructose corn syrup. People ask David and I, what makes Melinda so good? That's easy. We think like chefs do. Instead of burning someone with hot peppers and vinegar, we use fresh plant-based ingredients and the finest chili peppers perfectly blended to set your mouth on flavor. Melinda's is proud to be the official hot sauce of the AT&T Byron Nelson. We make 32 craft pepper sauces that are thicker, hotter, and better. Find them in a grocery store near you at melindas.com. That's melindas.com. Melindas.com.
When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house, and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco, They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years, Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO, easy to remember phone number, or go online today at 877-25RHINO.com.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. Over the past decade, Coalition Life has served thousands of women in crisis pregnancies, helping to save the lives of the children that they carry. Help us build a better community while also reducing or completely eliminating your Missouri taxes with a 70% tax credit. A $1,000 donation today to help these women could cost you as little as $141 out of pocket. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com. Thank you.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Save up to $7,500 on a new hybrid HVAC system and save an additional 20% when bundled with attic insulation. This is a limited time offer. For details and a free estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules. The Mark Reardon Show.
Friday afternoon, we take you into the weekend with a Reardon Roundtable in the aftermath of the Kim Gardner resignation. Jane Duker, Chris Goodson, former Senator Jeff Smith, all on the panel. Should be a good one.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
You have to ask me nicely.
Don't make me beg here. Ask me anything.
Tell me the truth!
All right, our Ask Me Anything segment. We're going to kick that off. I will ask the first question. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, when you go to eat at a Mexican restaurant, what is your go-to order?
Mine is a good question. Is shredded beef tacos, soft tacos. I like the street taco kind over the more standard ones. Or my husband and I will share nachos.
Ryan?
Curious, what makes it a street taco? Because I've had street tacos and I've had regular tacos.
I think the way it's prepared.
Yeah, it's a little more traditional. And
is it like it's
they
a
use
flour tortilla?
No.
Corn tortilla.
Soft corn tortilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like corn tortillas
And that's a key part of it. I'm
yeah,
assuming?
cilantro is usually a part of it, and
yeah,
you know,
I like them.
It's not generally the lettuce, cheese, and tomatoes and whatever you get.
Gotcha. Enchiladas next.
So,
do you eat a lot of food at a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, I eat a lot of food. And the thing is about a Mexican restaurant, especially if it's a buffet, if you ever find a Mexican buffet.
I'm not a buffet person.
Never been to one of those.
I could just eat any of it. I mean, all of it's fairly similar, and it's all pretty good, except for fajitas. That's a little bit different dish.
Fajitas are great, too.
Brad?
So there's two things that I really, really like. I really like fish tacos, the street tacos. And then
fish
I
tacos.
think it's called a molcajete. It's that big cauldron, stone cauldron that they put all of the vegetables and the stuff in.
Oh, horchata, I forgot.
Oh, horchata's great. But
pass.
But that's my go-to order.
I love chimichangas. That is my thing. And margaritas. Chimichangas and margaritas make me
What kind of
happy.
margarita? How do you order your margarita? That's one of my questions. I want credit for that, Brad.
Credit,
Put it on
check.
the board.
I like any style margarita, but on the rocks with salt.
Traditional.
Or mango. Mango is number 2 for me. Mango flavored.
I will take a traditional rocks salt, or if I'm getting a flavor, I like raspberry margaritas.
Ooh, those are good.
Ooh. I don't know. I like margaritas, but I can't tell you which one I prefer.
Good answer.
Whatever's on the
Frozen's
chalkboard.
good, too.
Brad, how do you drink your margaritas?
Usually virgin.
Yeah.
Actually, I've never had a margarita, so I don't know.
They're a good drink.
Yes.
They make you look masculine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with that theme, not the masculine theme. That's all. That's part of everything
You're
I
done
do.
with that.
Yeah.
How many push-ups can you do?
On
Can
my
anybody
knees,
do
I can
more
do.
push-ups than me? Because I'm maxing out at about 400. Do you guys?
Do you know-
Question?
do you know what a push-up is? No, go ahead.
Cornbread? Question mark.
Ryan, yes.
With corn in it? With corn out of it?
Corn.
In it?
Yes.
Brad?
Corn in.
In, I think.
In? Oh, you
Yeah.
guys are awful people. Gotta
Anyway,
get that corn out of
cornbread
there.
is so good.
Should it be like cornbread to you guys? Should it be sweet or like not sweet?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Nah. See, I'm a
Super sweet.
no, not sweet.
Oh, gosh. Why are we going on vacation together? We know nothing alike.
We don't have to order the same thing, Ryan.
We're not twinsies.
If I get up to go to the bathroom and you guys order me cornbread, just know that I do not want corn in it.
I promise you we won't be ordering you anything.
Okay?
Problem solved.
Might be ordering you away from the table.
And really get me any margarita. Don't even care.
You go to the bathroom, we all sit there and talk about you.
I go to the bathroom.
You go
I
to the
talk
bathroom,
to
you
the
talk
bathroom
to
attendant.
other people in the bathroom. Like,
he goes to the bathroom. We
Can
all
we
get up
talk?
and leave.
Yeah. Hey, guy. I know I don't know you. I can just see your shoe though. But what do you
friend.
think of Brad?
Brad, what's your question?
So what do you? This is for you specifically. What do you think
Me?
each? Yeah. What do you think that each of us will like most about Disney?
Ooh.
Hannah's gonna like the castle and the fireworks the most. Ryan's gonna like not having to do anything. This is shocking.
If there's some way to carry me around on a gondola.
This is where this entire trip falls apart, folks. Is Ryan's number one request is that he just wants the decisions to be made for him, and he wants to do all of the things, and he's happy to go where he feels as though I'm going to be able to accommodate that for you. Correct?
Yes.
Fairly stated.
But I want to be able to criticize the
That's
things.
the problem. This is where this falls apart. The entire thing. I said to each of these people, what do you want most out of this vacation? Because if you go, it's an investment. I want to make sure that we are getting out of this what we're investing in it. And I want to know what everybody wanted. And Ryan was like, I'm just happy to go on your expertise and to not have to be planning all the things because it's stressful, especially if you don't fully understand it or aren't experienced with it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm your girl. And you were going to be like, well, what if we did this instead the whole time, aren't you?
No, not suggest ways, other things we could do, but definitely suggest ways that could have been done better.
I got an idea. How about on social media, you rate my performance on our social media throughout the trip and grade how I'm handling the trip for you
That's
guys.
completely fine. I was going to do it anyway. You can tape it if you want.
I just spit everywhere.
What do you think Brad's gonna like the most about Disney?
I don't know. I think Brad likes to be happy, and I think he's gonna be. He's gonna be
I'm
happy there.
Pretty good at being happy.
Brag.
A lot.
I mean, you know.
A lot of
People have trouble with happiness. I'm not one of those people.
I think Brad is going to enjoy the joy that exists around and just the ability to go. And also probably being a youth pastor because my best friend is also a youth director and his wife is my best friend and he's in charge of youth. And it's exhausting to go do all these fun things but be in charge of all of these little hellions, which is what you call them when you're a youth pastor. But if you get to go participate in something like this, but just it's enjoying it for yourself, I think that that's going to be fun.
A lot of people are commenting, asking who's going to be the first one to get separated from the group and get lost.
Well,
A
we're
lot
going
of
to try to
people
do
think
that to
that's
Brad
gonna
at the
happen.
airport, apparently.
Yeah, some of us have pre-check and Brad doesn't. So
Brad's biggest worry is that he's not going to get on the plane to go to Disney World, and we're going to just be like, bye.
real story.
Yeah.
Real story.
What
That
happened yesterday?
Brad is worried that we would be like, oh, shoot, Brad didn't make it to the gate in
It's
time.
too bad.
Already checked in on my flight.
Good for you.
I guess we're just going to go.
Matt Baker from Facebook asked, are you guys going to go on Tron?
Yes.
That's the plan.
I mean,
for
if we can
sure.
get on. They don't have, that is the one ride at Disney World. No, there are two rides at Disney World right now that you can't just get in line for. You have to, through the digital stuff, get in a virtual queue, which I'm good at. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Never done Tron before, never ridden it before. So
If
yes.
we don't write it,
There's nothing at Disney
that'll be a
World
part of my video.
that we are for sure, thank you, going to not do. There's nothing that we've ruled out. I'm not doing Mission Space, which is one that everyone's like, yeah, I went on that, ruined my day. I'm not doing that.
I'm
not doing that either.
It ruined my day.
See?
It really did, because I went on I didn't know what it was. We were just, the line's short. Let's walk onto that thing.
This is a microcosm of Ryan Wiggins. The line is short. I wonder why nobody wants to ride this thing. Ooh, let's go scoop this line and then barf for the rest of the day.
Why isn't anybody in this lane? Oh, because the bridge ends. That is very... Yeah.
Anywho.
You know, Hannah, I'm going to warn you. That
What?
castle, it looks wonderful from afar. But when you walk up on it, you realize it's not very big.
That's not true. It's huge.
They trick your eyes.
No, it's not. It's gigantic.
It's forced perspective. They use big
He's-
bricks at the
Stop
bottom.
No,
He's
stop
using
it.
that voice.
Stop it.
These big bricks at the
Stop.
bottom.
No,
little
seriously.
bricks at the
Ryan,
top.
shut up. Don't ruin the tricks before she's even seen the thing.
I'm just worried about her.
No, you're not. At all.
She's been doing her best to avoid anything she can know about
And he's
Disney.
like, let me explain all of the ways that they trick your mind into doing
when you
things.
go around this corner,
The
something's
castle
going to
is
jump out
huge.
at you.
It's gigantic.
Oh, okay.
Probably 199 feet tall. Because 200 feet tall, they got to put a red light on the top of it.
And
And
they
so
don't
they
want
build everything like 199 feet and 11 inches. I'm not joking.
That's awesome.
What?
That's Tower of Terror is 199 feet, 11 inches, so that they didn't have to put the red airplane light on there.
Brilliant.
You just ruined the height game for Hannah that we were going to play.
I wasn't telling her that the stuff is way less impressive than you think it's going to be. More Ask Me Anything on the Annie Frey Show when we come back. Give us your questions in the YouTube live chat. We'll be back in just a second.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @AnnieFryShow.
So let's talk about STS Armory. We had Jesse Johnson in studio with us yesterday to talk about the progress of the laws in the court system right now in the state of Illinois. It's not easy to be a Second Amendment exerciser in Illinois right now, but when you're partnered with STS Armory, when you rely on them for factual information, for helping you purchase the firearm that you have been seeking out, making sure that it abides by all the laws and all that stuff that Illinois puts in, Jesse and Katie Johnson at STS Armory are the experts. They are the go-to. Pontoon Beach, Illinois, at the corner of Highway 111 and South Drive. I want to stress to you how helpful the classes are that they teach. You can sign up by going to sts-armory.com to learn how to contact them, or go to 618-931-GUNS, 618-931-GUNS. Partner with them. Bring somebody with you to take the class, advanced classes, instructor level classes, and kids and teen firearm safety and education classes. Plus, get licensed for that conceal and carry that you have been pursuing. sts-armory.com.
An update from the Illinois Family Institute, illinoisfamily.org. Critical race theory and its tentacles. Dr. Eric Wallace calls it cultural Marxism that's dividing, destroying America.
People are getting put out of jail and not getting the sentences they should get because of critical theory, critical women theory, all these different theories that come out of that. So we're fighting against this.
Dr. Wallace leads the Freedom's Journal Institute. The Flossmoor-based organization is countering CRT with the RISE principles.
Responsible government, individual liberty and fidelity, strong family values, and economic empowerment. The ultimate goal is to understand that the only way to fix America is for there to be a great awakening.
Visit illinoisfamily.org for information on cultural issues impacting Illinois and our nation. And while you're there, sign up for emails from IFI, illinoisfamily.org.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-652-5241 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-652-5241. That's 800-652-5241. What do you have to lose? Call 800-652-5241. Again, 800-652-5241.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Not just right and left, right and wrong. We're discussing it every day on St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Coming up in the 2 o'clock hour, we're going to do our typical Friday X's and O's. It should be a blast. The time check right now is 1:46, and this time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show.
Man, I need a vacation. I'm trying so hard.
No, you meant to do that. You were that was your lead into this segment. Yep.
It's been a rough 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. We're under a lot of pressure here.
A lot of things, a lot of moving parts.
Yes. People rely on this show for information.
Yeah.
They do?
Yes, they do, Hannah.
Yeah.
We take it seriously.
How do you do that?
Hear my voice. Take it seriously.
No.
Can we talk for a second about the video that Hannah sent me about eyelashes? I talked about this and you weren't in here.
You did?
Yes. What is wrong with this generation? I'm going to see if I can play it here. There's no bad words, right?
No.
Famous last words. Is vocal fry just completely and totally acceptable now?
Yes.
This is a video that
I do my lash extensions at home for like $10, so this is a tutorial, I guess.
Ugh.
First, you're gonna get these lashes are the ones I use, they're the Kiss Royal Silk, and you're gonna cut them into like 3 pieces. Now you're just gonna get the Kiss Falscara and put it literally all over your lashes.
Oh my God, I can't handle it anymore.
She said literally. Literally.
I replied to him, I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. You're going to have to take one for the team and watch this girl and tell me if there's something I need to know.
Yeah.
I don't even hear, if you hadn't have prefaced that with this is vocal fry, I wouldn't have even noticed.
Like literally just put them on your eyes.
I would have laughed at literally.
If I talked like that for 10 seconds on this show, everybody listening to me should stop.
Well, sure. But a teenage video, that's what they sound like. I wouldn't have even noticed. That to me just indicates that it's a teen video.
I just explained that I went and bought a new phone. Maybe off the air. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went into a store, and it was a phone store. Previously, I've always bought my phones at Best Buy. They have a mobile place in there. I've had great experiences doing that. This time I decided I'm going to go to the phone store and see what they know. I went into the same phone store 3 times. And the last time I was in there was this guy who hated being there. And it was his whole attitude was like, you don't really want to buy this phone.
He didn't want to do any work, did he?
I don't even really want to sell you this phone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to cost a lot more than you thought it was going to be. And then this other guy walks up. He's like, I just got to tell you, we sold the last S23 Ultra to that guy, so I don't want to waste your time. I was like, okay, bye. And I left. I mean, that was the end of the story. And watching this guy, he was in my head, it was turning into, in front of my eyes, a cartoon of what you would.
You were so hungry, he turned into a
caricature.
turkey leg.
No.
Okay. Not that kind of
I
cartoon.
wouldn't even eat a turkey leg. I'd rather be hungry. Of a caricature of somebody in this generation who has zero comprehension or zero respect for the concept of customer service. He was mad that I walked into his store. It was unbelievable. And my kids, we walked out and one of my kids said to me, how come you didn't buy a phone in there? I'm like, well, the one guy said that he literally didn't have the phone that I wanted to buy, so that kind of made that conversation literally didn't have it in the store. Ugh. Can't stand it. Any more Ask Me Anything questions?
Yeah, Brad?
Yeah, okay. So this one's a little crazy.
Oh,
Would
boy.
you rather fight a gorilla every week knowing you're going to survive, but not knowing when he's going to attack, or
This is literally what we talk about in the girls' bathroom.
or
That would be awesome.
have every thought you have come true?
Oh. Fight a gorilla.
It's a weird A or B.
What a crazy question.
Yeah,
This
that
one's
was-
going to the Hall of Fame, man. That's amazing.
Right next to the which body part would you like to?
That one's already inducted. I'm going to have to pick every thought comes true.
Oh, man.
Because then you could, as we do, as iron sharpens iron, Brad, we would bring our thoughts under such intense control that we could affect the world for better.
Man, I don't have that kind of discipline. Bring on the gorilla.
When did you make this question?
The girls are like,
I don't know.
know.
Like 2 months old.
We solved this question in the bathroom 6 months ago.
And you can't tell us, is that why? Because it was in the bathroom.
I'm going to tell you something, but you will maybe know that it's true, maybe you won't. Just give you the answer you want to hear, which is obviously the gorilla.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to hear gorilla. You're right.
I don't have a reason.
You don't need to.
No, there's
you
no
really
reason.
don't. That question does not need any explanation.
My thought to spoken word ratio is way out of balance.
Yeah. So
Even the things that Tucker Carlson said out loud, which are generally reserved for like a more private area. Can you imagine the things that, I mean, like people are crucifying him on the left because they woke up this morning because he said those things. They're not even that bad. You don't want to know what I think about you. And nobody does.
Uh-oh, that's scary.
I got to ask this question.
Okay.
Really
Wait,
intense.
Hannah didn't answer
Oh, I'm
it.
sorry.
We didn't
Go
even
ahead.
know.
No,
Yeah,
I said gorilla.
Okay, never mind. That's right. We
Easily.
agreed on that.
Okay. Brad asked that question.
In November.
This one, little bit different type of question.
How could it not be?
Downtown scooters, yay or nay?
What? What?
Yay or nay to all the scooters
The
downtown?
lime scooters.
We're not talking about my coffee.
No, not scooters.
I was
coffee.
like, I would love for there to be a scooters downtown.
Yeah, well, of course,
That'd be amazing.
downtown.
Put it here.
Yeah, put it in the park right there.
Not the park.
I don't care.
The-
Is anybody using them? I don't see people downtown.
I don't see them as much as I used to.
I've heard a lot of people, like people that I know, get hurt on those scooters.
That's the argument.
Off.
Is that people are getting hit by cars and they're running into statues and stuff.
That's kind of a them problem. No?
Well, who's paying for the statues?
More scooters. I could use the
I
comedy
don't
in my
know.
life.
It's a cheaper way to tear them down.
Punk. That dude ran into a statue.
It's a woke progressive movement, the scooters, is to tear down the
What we'll
statues.
do is we'll put scooters just laying all over the sidewalks everywhere. And people will pick them up and ride them into statues. And then the statues will fall over or the people will fall over. What's your biggest driving pet peeve? Biggest one. You pick one.
Ooh.
Biggest driving pet peeve.
Have you ever noticed? Are you guys like me in that? I've really harnessed this and I've really tamped it down because my kids are old enough now that I need to do so. But driving can turn you into a person you don't recognize.
Oh yeah. Really.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Can. Does.
Yeah. What's the worst?
The worst pet peeve. That's yours? Are you saying that that's yours?
My biggest pet peeve is that other people have the audacity to be on the road when I am.
Understood.
No, I have several, but what's yours?
I don't know how to. I mean, this is off the top of my head, but it's when you're texting with someone or emailing with someone and it just stops. Like you're having a conversation that just stops and never gets
While
picked
you're
up.
driving?
What are you talking about?
Like you're having a real conversation and for whatever reason, like hours and hours will go by in a conversation. That drives me crazy.
Brian, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is your biggest driving pet peeve?
That's a pet peeve.
No. It's what?
Oh, driving pet peeve. Oh, I thought you meant like this drives you.
You know what my biggest pet peeve is when you're trying to have a conversation and the conversation just stops and you don't know why it stops, why it comes to a screeching halt. Biggest pet peeve right here. But if we're talking about in the car, I'm talking about when you're driving behind somebody and they're driving too slow and you pass them and you realize they're sending that stupid text message to Ryan Wicks.
I got you. I was interpreting the adjective wrong.
This is the Twilight Zone. What is happening here?
I really did think. Not pretending here. I really thought what you said was a driving pet peeve, as in like something that really drives you crazy.
No, you just
like
kept
it
going.
Drives you.
And Brad and Hannah and I all have our jaws fully dropped, and we're looking at each other like, "What's going on?" And Ryan's like, "No. Hear me out. This is awful."
Please.
When they send an email,
skip, pause,
I kept
unsubscribe.
thinking,
Brad,
driving in the passing lane while not passing, just hanging out over there.
Hannah,
tailgaters.
Yeah.
Tailgaters.
Copy paste. Oh my gosh.
What's yours?
3 whole days. But when people are, I can't say that I've never used my phone when I'm driving, but when people are using their phone while they're driving stupidly.
Yes.
Like if you are going slow in the fast lane, and I mean if you're a little old lady and you're driving slow in the fast lane, there's a part of me that goes, okay, fine. If you're anybody else and I pass you and your phone is up in front of your face and you're not paying attention to the road, I have rage. I don't exact it on the road anymore. I've learned to turn that inwards, but I have a lot of thoughts that I'd rather fight a gorilla than share with you. We'll be back.
What
in a
about
minute.
people that don't respond to your emails?
Did you know the IRS is a super creditor? Hi, I'm Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. The IRS is the only creditor that can create a bill for you without your permission, then drop the hammer and aggressively collect it by wiping out your bank account, seizing your assets, and levying your wages. No other creditor can do that, and this can all happen without a court approval. If you owe back taxes, you need to be prepared to face the super creditor. Don't just sit back and take it. Fight back. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, we know how to use the laws to your advantage and go toe-to-toe with the IRS. Our office is located right here in St. Louis. Contact the Lance Drury Law Firm today for a free consultation with me, or visit us at lancedrurylaw.com or call 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120 to get started.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hi, this is Brian with Velocity Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 314-782-3333. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition and any price range in the St. Louis area. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that needs updating, but you don't have the time or money for it? Great, because I love buying outdated houses. I buy vacant houses, job relocation houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 314-782-3333. That's 314-782-3333.
When I met little Ruthie in 2010, she was just 5 years old. She wasn't eating much, she had no school to go to, and she didn't know who Jesus was. In December of 2023, Ruthie will be joining 12 others in the first graduating class of Bethlehem Christian Academy in Zambia, Africa. Hi, my name is Martin Winslow, founder and president of BCA. When you support a child like Ruthie through BCA, you get to join us in being the hands and feet of Jesus. Our mission is dedicated to transforming lives by feeding and educating poor and orphan children in some of the poorest places in Africa and South Asia. BCA's ministry not only provides physical bread to these kids, but also spiritual bread through the Word of God. For just $36 a month, you can help a child have a hope of a better future, but more importantly, give them the opportunity to learn about Christ. You can also join us on a mission trip. In fact, many will be joining me this upcoming December to watch Ruthie receive her diploma. To find out more about how you can help children like Ruthie, please visit bcaministries.com. That's bcaministries.com.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A
closer look at the border. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas flew to the nation's southern border today to discuss concerns of an increase in migrants as a COVID-era health policy on migration ends next week.
This is a regional challenge that requires regional solutions. It is not unique to the southern border of the United States.
Republicans blame the Biden administration for the surge of border crossings. The White House says the president inherited immigration issues from the previous administration. U.S. employers added 253,000 jobs in April, evidence of a labor market that still shows signs of strength despite rising interest rates, high inflation, and a banking crisis. April's unemployment rate was 3.4%, matching a 54-year low. The World Health Organization today announcing COVID-19 is no longer posing a global emergency.
World Health Organization Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus said the emergency COVID team recommended a shift on the pandemic.
It's therefore with great hope that I declare COVID-19 over as a global health emergency. However, that does not mean COVID-19 is over as a global health threat.
Officials with the UN Health Agency, though, also noted COVID spikes happening in the Middle East and parts of Southeast Asia right now. Globally, over the course of the pandemic, officials estimated more than 760 million COVID cases and say 7 million people have died.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. First Lady Jill Biden is in Britain for tomorrow's coronation of King Charles III, who was greeting commoners earlier today outside Buckingham Palace. Americans wanting to watch the coronation will have to get up early tomorrow as the event gets underway around 5 a.m. Eastern Time. America is listening to Fox News.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do bank closures, inflation rate hikes, and the roller coaster of the market frighten you as much as it does me? You need to call Oxford Gold. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. One app, one call, and you pick the precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals. Call Oxford Gold today and learn more about the 1, 2, 3 protection plan at 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Still a chance of a couple showers, a rumble of thunder, but rainfall amounts are limited. Clouds will dominate, and we're a little cooler this afternoon, 68 degrees. Tonight, clouds, couple showers, 55. Saturday, clouds, giving way to partly sunny skies in the afternoon, but still a chance of a couple of pop showers, windy, and 80 degrees. Sunday, partly sunny, couple of showers, 89 for the high on Sunday. This is 97.1 FM Talk, Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon from my friends at Zero Res, and thanks to my pets, my dog Duke in particular, they were just at my house doing some cleaning, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule because of some pet accidents. Maybe you have a situation like that. You love your home, you want to keep it clean, and you're not going to get it any cleaner than by trusting Zero Res to clean your carpets, your tile, your upholstery, your air ducts. I have worked with Zero Res for years. I trust them. They have great technicians. You know Zero Res as the zero residue carpet cleaners that don't leave behind any of the dirt attracting soaps and chemicals. And if you haven't tried out Zero Res, or it's been months, or you had a pet accident, this is the time to do it. Take advantage of the spring flash sale. Get a free hallway with any of the carpet cleaning packages. With 3 rooms, Zero Resified starting at $129. Don't wait for the weather. Book now to beat the rush. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or online at ZeroResSTL.com. Say you want the Mark Reardon KFTK special. Zero Res. You spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
You wouldn't trust a butcher to babysit your pet pig. You wouldn't trust a lumberjack to repair your antiques. Or a professional wrestler to be your massage therapist. So why would you trust anyone but AMCO to fix your car? For over 50 years, we've been the trusted experts in transmission repair.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
AAMCO.
Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Because it probably can.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
When companies decide to take shortcuts, the safety of our families are at risk. At Underlaw, we find and expose those shortcuts.
Call Underlaw Personal Injury Lawyers at 314 or 618-9 million.
Big ideas, real debate, solid entertainment. You found it here.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
97.1 FM Talk.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
You need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Yes, in fact, it is. You are in the right place. It's Friday afternoon on Cinco de Mayo. Hope you're getting ready to have a great Friday afternoon. We're glad that we get to be a part of it. And we got some special guests in studio right now. It's pretty much, would you say, guys, the brains behind Odyssey St. Louis?
These are the two men why everything works.
Everything functions. We've got Jay and Robert in studio with us. Jay, what is your official title here with Odyssey?
I'm a director of technical operations for St. Louis and the Wichita markets.
Oh, I heard you beat Ryan Wiggins out for that position.
Just barely. Just barely.
By choice. By choice. I wanted to do other things.
This?
Well, I wanted to do other things. I didn't get that job either.
And we
He
have
didn't want the grief.
Yeah, I bet. Robert in here as well. Robert, what is your official position with Odyssey St. Louis?
IT manager.
IT manager. And today is Robert's birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday, Robert.
Our gift to you is an X's and O's game. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So, Ryan, you want to take over from here and welcome both of these gentlemen as their first time participating in X's and O's. You've both heard it before, I understand. At least moderately familiar.
I've heard it.
And they still came, Ryan.
That's fantastic. That is great. Okay, so Robert and Jay, so you guys, this is both your first times playing, and if you have heard the game before, you see behind you, you got the tic-tac-toe board, squares 1 through 9, all labeled. I have corresponding questions to each one of those squares. You'll play it just like tic-tac-toe. You try to get a tic-tac-toe, but even beyond, if you get one, we keep playing because there can be comebacks as opposed to regular tic-tac-toe, and we fill out the whole board. You will pick that question. You will pick one of these experts in front of you. We do have a drummer that comes into the room here in just a couple minutes to make it really, really intense.
Yeah.
And
extra pressure is what we try to do for our guests.
And since, as you've heard, there's so much on the line, we don't want you guys to get nervous. So just have fun with this thing. We're just here to have a little fun. It's Friday at 2 o'clock.
I'm even more nervous now.
You should be.
But what happens to loser again?
This week, you have to do the other person's job for a whole month.
A month?
Yeah. Yep. And your own job too. It's not like wife swap. It's
Can we get Todd in here before Ryan says something really stupid?
Todd.
Todd, drama
Anna's got her
Todd.
finger on the dump button, I hope.
Yes, exactly. She knows exactly where that is.
And these guys know exactly what the dump button is and how it works. It's amazing.
Who was it in here that suggested that we fake an audio crisis when you guys are in here and see how you act on the spot? We're not going to do that. If there is a problem, it's real.
Maybe.
And we do need help.
We are entertainers, after all, so you don't know. All right. It is Robert's birthday, so you're going to go first. Jay, you'll go second.
Robert,
by
you want to be
default.
X's or O's? Are you an X's guy or an O's guy?
I would say X.
X.
Ooh, okay.
X. Okay.
All right.
It's so quiet about it.
Backwards. All right. Robert's X's, Jay is O's. Robert, which square do you want to start the game with?
I'll start with 5.
Center square.
As you should.
Good choice.
Number 5, which of these experts in front of you, Annie, Hannah, or Brad, do you want to choose to answer the question?
I don't get the question first?
No.
No, you don't.
That's the fun part.
Okay. I'm going to say Anna.
All right, Hannah.
Hannah.
Let's go.
CNN has invited Donald Trump to do a town hall meeting to be broadcast live this coming Wednesday night. And Trump has accepted the invitation.
Mm-hmm.
Who will moderate the discussion? Here is a multiple choice for you. A, Jim Acosta. B, Caitlin Collins. C, Brianna Kylar.
Jim Acosta.
Oh, B.
That would be
B.
so fun.
B, Caitlin Collins. Did you say that or you think it's Caitlin Collins?
That's what
It's the same thing.
That's what I
Okay.
answered.
All right.
What's your biggest driving pet peeve?
When people ghost me on email.
Okay, Robert, do you
B,
agree or not?
do you agree that Caitlin Collins will be moderating the Trump town hall on Wednesday night?
Agree.
Agree is correct.
Hey!
Yeah.
Happy
Good
birthday,
job.
boy.
All right. There we go. We are on the board. If one of you wants to go
X
ahead and
for
put an X
Robert.
right in the middle. All right. Jay, which square do you want to go with?
We'll go with 3.
Number
Top right.
3. Who's answering that question for you?
Annie.
Okay.
Hannah, here we go again. Guess what?
He said
Annie.
Annie.
Oh, Annie.
This is Ryan's first time.
You have stumbled into sound. I thought you said Hannah. Okay, you stumbled into sound. This is Sound
Do you
AI.
listen to the show, Ryan, when
Not
you're on?
much. I kind of dip in and out.
He's too busy talking.
No kidding. They just put it right there in the bullseye.
Sending out emails and stuff.
Yeah, getting ghosted.
Do I get an open
Yeah,
eye?
I send out emails. Nobody responds. What's going on?
Because they're all listening to the show that you're on.
Yeah, I love when I get an email that says, "Hey, Ryan, respond." I'm like, "Oh, to Annie." All right. So this is a real clip from the week run through AI software. So it's not going to sound like the person who said it, but this is a person speaking to Bernie Sanders. And this person asked,
Are you basically saying that once you get to $999 million that the government should confiscate all the rest?
who said that?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to this question. What was the first? Did you give me any hints in your question?
Speaking to Bernie Sanders, this person asked,
Yeah.
Are you basically saying that once you get to $999 million that the government should confiscate all the rest? We played it on the show this week.
I know. I played it, I think. With Steve Moore. Brett Baer. I don't know.
Brett Baer.
That's not right.
Jay, agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Good call. I hope.
Here's who asked that question of Bernie.
So are you basically saying
Chris
that once
Wallace.
you get
That's why I didn't know it. Nobody watches him.
$999 million that the
That's
government
right.
should confiscate all the rest?
Okay, so that means that you did get that question correct, Jay. So go ahead and give
For those
yourself
billionaires listening at home, his answer was yes. In fact, you should confiscate the rest.
Yes,
It belongs
anything
to the
above
government.
a certain amount, you should just
Your success is
take it.
limited.
You're stopped there.
For the non-billionaires, nothing to worry about.
Most of those people live in Washington anyways.
Actually,
True.
if they all start getting capped, they just move to other countries.
What do you mean capped?
Not what you thought. If they all start getting capped, then there won't be any more of them.
Not even a Sopranos kind of way.
No.
They did
Take
a
all
finger,
of it.
they did a finger gun there for a second.
Well, there won't be anybody living there at all if they all get capped.
Where is the show going?
That might fix the problems.
Oh, man. No.
Jay said it. Clip it. All right, back to Robert. Birthday man in command.
I'm going to say 9.
9.
Bottom right.
9.
Who's answering?
Brad.
Brad.
Yes.
On Wednesday, New Kids on the Block's The
Had a
Right
bunch of
Stuff
hits.
was parodied in this way about a man pooping openly in the park near us in
You
downtown
guys know
St.
about
Louis.
that? Did you hear about that? Oh, here it is.
We parodied a song because we saw a guy pooping.
And by we,
Me.
it was Ryan. It's terrible. Guess what?
The brown stuff. Okay. But it's not the first time that song by New Kids has been parodied.
Are you doing the skit still?
No.
Okay.
What is the name of Weird Al's version
Oh, no.
of the song in which he talks about his love for Oreo cookies?
Is it the white stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
That's my guess.
You locking it in?
Yes.
Robert, is it the white stuff?
I'm going to have to agree with that. That sounds about right.
It's a good choice. It rhymes.
Let's see.
The white stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Good job.
This could be the theme song for your life, Ryan Wiggins.
He's a little bit better than you.
I don't know how. I really don't. That's amazing.
Good
Jay,
guess.
Jay, which square you want to go with?
Guess we got a block for number 1.
Okay.
I guess we do.
Top left.
Left.
Who's answering?
I think it's Hannah's turn.
You can pick anyone.
Go ahead.
Okay.
He chose you.
Okay.
You are picked. All right, number 1. Wednesday. Wednesday, the Fed increased interest rates again. Will it be the last time they'll do it? Will it stop inflation finally? Time will tell. By how much did the Fed increase rates this week?
Michigan.
Michigan. Let's see. We probably,
Lock it in, Michigan.
We probably
Okay.
talked about this on Monday when I wasn't here.
No, it's Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. I was here, kind of.
It sounds like Jay knows.
Jay
so.
knows.
Just pick a number.
Yeah, pick any number, really.
How much did the feds raise the rates by?
3%.
3%. Wow.
Man, I
That's
hope
a
not.
big
Boom.
They just killed the economy if they did that.
ouch. We're all out of jobs.
Disagree.
Disagree is correct. And you know what it was, apparently?
1/4%.
It was 1/4
Yeah,
of a
jeez.
percent. Yeah, 3. Ooh, man, and nobody was expecting that one. Jerome Powell has lost his mind. All right.
It's like actually within the realm of possibility.
But I mean, really.
Guys, don't laugh too hard.
Yeah.
Might happen.
That's probably a summary of how
Could
much
have been
they've actually
5%.
raised it. Yeah.
It's only 3.
Okay. Where'd
They've
Todd
raised
go?
it more than that.
I've
the last
altered
6
the
months.
deal.
Yeah.
Todd is here.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Robert.
I'm going to go with 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
All right. Who's answering?
Annie.
Okay.
Annie. All the late night talk shows who have writers in the WGA Writers Union may be forced to take long hiatuses. But one late night
It's
talk
very
show host
Tragic.
is going to have a longer break than others, considering he left the show on April 27th. Which host had his final goodbye show last week?
James Corden.
You want to lock that in?
Locking it in.
Okay. Robert,
James Corden.
I'm going to agree.
that is correct.
Nice.
That is correct. All right.
Which one was that?
That was number 4.
All right.
So we still don't have a tic-tac-toe. Hanging in the balance.
Let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, we will have the conclusion of the IT engineer face-off, Robert's birthday. Make sure you get on the Annie Frey YouTube channel and tell Robert happy birthday. We appreciate everything that they do for us here. They keep all the trains running on time, and it's often a thankless job, but we wanted to feature them this weekend here on X's and O's. When we come back, we'll wrap this game up, and of course, we'll get to the results of the YouTube live chat poll, which I don't think I've mentioned yet today. Have I?
I don't think so.
Who on the Annie Frey Show would you want as circuit attorney? A job opening coming up. So you could look at it this way. You could improve the circuit attorney, or maybe one of us gets off the show and you could improve the Annie Frey show. Not at all. Go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote for your pick. Who would make the best circuit attorney here in St. Louis? We'll be back in a minute with the finish of this week's X's and O's in just a minute.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Feel this.
So let's talk about PreventSprainSocks.com. If you want to go place an order right now, these socks offer the support that you've been needing to stay active, to stay healthy, to stay fit. I don't know about you. I can't afford a rolled ankle, a sprained ankle in my life right now. I want to stay active. I want to be able to run, to box, to be able to play sports with my kids. But if I roll my ankle and everything ends up kind of falling by the wayside, I can't keep up with what I have to do. If you are staying active, if you're looking to get active and you need compression socks that are going to provide you the support you need, especially if you've had a previous injury, go to PreventSprainSocks.com and find out about this amazing sock. I use it. I have them for my kids. My kids' teammates wear them as well. You are going to be so glad that you found them. If you have had an issue before, it increases blood flow, which in turn lessens muscle and ankle fatigue, and they have reports indicating a 50% less recovery time as well. Go online right now and learn about the different socks they have. They have socks for golfers as well by going to PreventSprainSocks.com.
I'm sure you've seen the news recently. The military shot down 3 objects just last month. Balloons, UFOs, UAPs. What is really going on? This is Payne Lindsay, host of Up and Vanished. Follow my new investigative podcast, High Strange, as I dig into the most infamous UFO stories of our time, talking to the real witnesses, and presenting all the evidence for you to decide what you believe. High Strange is a new true crime series, and it's available right now. Listen for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Diamonds Direct invites you to join us as we celebrate all the moms in our lives. This Mother's Day, we're giving Mom more to say thank you for all she does. With every fashion jewelry purchase of $2,500 or more, we'll give Mom a free customizable diamond initial pendant valued at nearly $800. We've put together an exceptional collection of meaningful gifts for any budget. The perfect heirloom pieces to pass down to the next generation of moms. Birthstone rings, stackable rings, eternity bands, pearls, elegant diamond pendants, and of course, stunning diamond earrings. This year, she deserves a gift that keeps giving, and at Diamonds Direct, that's our specialty. Timeless gifts of jewelry she can enjoy and cherish for decades to come. Now's a great time to upgrade her diamond studs or pendant with Diamonds Direct's unmatched 110% upgrade. Come let the experts at Diamonds Direct help you find that remarkable gift that says cheers, Mom, for all you do and for who you are. Diamonds Direct. Get locations and store hours at diamondsdirect.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Warmer days are coming. Time to schedule your annual AC system check for as little as $15 a month. For any residential or commercial HVAC services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
If you're looking at new windows for your house, choose wisely. Mark Cox here for my friends at Window World. You want to go with a company you can trust. Ranked #1 in the number of windows sold in the country. That's according to Qualified Remodeler magazine. In just over 20 years in business, they've improved the look and obviously the thermal efficiency of over 70,000 customers in St. Louis. They're going to give you a lifetime warranty that covers all the parts and the glass breakage and the labor. It's a good product. Call them at 314-993-1800 for your free estimate. That's 314-993-1800. Window World won the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval. That's not easy. They rely on the expertise of their in-house engineers and their analysts and their product experts to give that seal of approval. That should matter to you as well. Call for your free estimate right now. Simply the best for less at Window World. 314-993-1800. WindowWorld.com.
You don't have to punch it in.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
You can just say it.
Hey, Alexa. Hey, Siri.
Play 97.1 FM Talk. Available on your smart speaker any time of day. St. Louis's home for conservative talk. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. We're grateful that you're here. It's a beautiful day outside, and we're having some fun here in the studio on the Annie Frey Show. We've got Jay and Robert, part of the brain trust that keeps everything running here at Odyssey St. Louis, especially on 97.1. Facing off in X's and O's. Ryan Wiggins, take it away.
All right. The IT engineering face-off continues. It is pretty close game right now. We've got a possible tic-tac-toe across the top, but then a possible tic-tac-toe down the middle as well. So that means... whose turn is it? It's Jay's turn.
My turn.
Jay's turn. Where are you going to go, Jay?
Number 2.
Number 2. Thought maybe. Who are you going to pick?
Annie.
Okay.
Annie.
Let's do it.
Annie is off the board now.
Okay. This is Annie's last one.
Let's go, Jay.
A couple years ago, I produced a joke about how endless the Fast and Furious franchise was, and it sounded like this.
You've seen The Fast and the Furious and Too Fast, Too Furious and The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious Fast 5, the 6th one, the 7th one, and The Fate of the Furious. But you haven't seen anything yet.
But it turns out that it wasn't a joke. A new Fast and Furious movie with Vin Diesel is coming out this year. They say it's the last one. What's it called?
Oh, my gosh. Thinking of funny names.
Too Fast, Too Furious 2, The Fast and the Furious 3.
What? Fast and the Furious 10. I don't know.
Todd even
I hope-
stopped for that one.
I hope that's a
Nope.
Jay?
disagreement.
I disagree.
Yeah. Do you know what it
Disagree.
is? Do you
You
know,
know?
Jay? Do you know?
I don't. I think there's more than 10, so I don't think that's right.
I have
no matter
no
what.
idea.
Well, Jay actually did get it right by disagreeing.
Yes.
But you actually got the
Really
number
close.
correct.
10 is right?
It is the
X.
10th one,
X?
but it's called Fast X.
Yep.
I was going to...
For some reason, I was thinking there was 11 of them, or this is going to be the 11th one.
Because it feels like it.
Well, the one after
Yeah.
this
Like
one.
it.
A little
will be the
overextended.
one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the
The
one after this
very,
one.
very
would be.
last.
Are these good movies? I remember when Fast and the Furious came out originally. Was that in the 90s, the late 90s maybe?
I was in high school. so
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think so.
it was the
It was
90s.
a good movie when the first one came out.
They're so different from what they started out as. Like, that was a cop movie, undercover cop movie in the underground racing
Paul
scene.
Walker.
And now it's superheroes with cars. Is essentially is what it is. Like
She's All That Fame. Great film. Great film.
They're trying to dethrone Star Wars for the most sequels and prequels, whatever.
I don't know.
And Rocky's
They-
trying to keep up.
They surpassed it though with 10.
It's amazing. I don't know that I've ever seen a single one of those movies.
So does he get a circle? In
He
the top
does, and
two?
that is
That's
the
first
first tic-tac-toe. But now, because of the way the board is set up, Robert, you have a chance to tie right away. So I'm
right.
not going to tell you where you got to go, but I figure I know.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, think
I'm
about
using my
it.
brain.
Right.
6.
6. I mean, that'd be a good one.
Right.
6. And who's answering?
I'm going to go with B-Rad again.
All right.
All right.
Be rad. You have. Those always go to Hannah, so I'm actually surprised you
I know.
picked Brad.
I'm excited.
Shocked.
All right, this is an AI clip, a real clip from the week, run through AI. Tell me who said this.
When it comes to illegal migration, you've seen it come down by more than 90%, and that's because of the actions this president has taken.
Okay. So this is Corinne Jean-Pierre.
Okay. That's what he says. That's what Brad is saying. Do you agree?
I agree.
Here is who really said that this week.
When it comes to illegal migration, you've seen it come down by more than 90%.
Liar.
And that's because of the actions that the president has taken.
It was actually 94%.
Yeah, right. That's why she lied.
Fact check.
What an amazing clip that was. Just one more time, just for posterity. I'm going to play the real
When
clip.
it comes to illegal migration, you've seen it come down by more than 90%.
Wow.
And that's because of the actions
I'll have what
that
she's
the
having.
president has
Yeah. All right. That means that we have
That's why they're letting them
dueling.
come in, because she's bringing her all their stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
No, you just heard. It's down by 90%, Jay.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing going on. All right. 2 tic-tac-toes, which means it's going to come down to these last 2 squares. Just the way we like it. Dramatic. All right.
Come on, Todd.
Jay.
Where you at, Todd?
I guess it doesn't matter, right? 7.
It's going to come down to
Bottom
total
left.
number of squares.
Right.
Number 7. Who's answering?
Brad.
All right. Brad.
I'm off the board now.
Okay. Sales of Bud Light have continued to plunge, with stocks down 26% in the week ending April 22nd. That week before, I attended a Cardinals game. And when asked
Is this
what...
just Wiggins trivia this
Kinda.
week?
It sounds like it.
When asked what I would like to drink, I famously stated, not Bud Light. So the server gave me a Shock Top. I didn't know whether Shock Top was owned by Anheuser-Busch or not.
Did you script
Is it?
this?
Is it? Is Shock Top owned by Anheuser-Busch?
I believe Shock Top is indeed owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Agree or disagree?
I think I'll agree.
Correct. It is owned by
It's
Anheuser-Busch.
Busch Stadium.
Yes, everything
like the whole
in the stadium.
Everything in the stadium is
You
Busch,
couldn't get
isn't it?
around it. I was hoodwinked.
Parts of the stadium actually made of beer.
Yeah, it's an amazing engineering feat, I would think. But you guys would know more
Indeed.
about that than me.
Ooh,
Not gonna
okay.
have any of that Bud Light. Give me a Budweiser.
This square determines the whole game.
Yeah.
It's all
love it.
up to you, Hannah.
Hannah.
It's
Hannah,
always me.
Hannah. Hannah. Joe Biden.
Put the pressure on.
And that's correct. Game over. All right, Robert, we're back to you. We know the square. We know the person answering is going to be Hannah. Amazingly. Thank you, Todd. This is a special category that's going to decide the whole game. Because,
Haven't they all been special?
in their own way, each in their own way.
What is this?
This is a special guest question. This is the first time ever in the history of the game that a question was not written by me. It was written by somebody else. And in fact, the person in question who wrote it went ahead and voiced it for us.
This is Mark Cox with your special guest question. Recently, a state's attorney was suspended from office for stating that the laws on the books would not be prosecuted. Name the state or the governor who suspended this attorney.
Now, if you need a little bit more time to think about that, I'll read
He
it.
is so much better at that than we are.
Isn't it?
He's so good
I mean,
at
he
it.
went in there and just goes
felt-
3, 2, 1.
That felt
Recently, a state's
professional
attorney. Yeah.
and real, and I have some work to do. Good job, Mark.
Play it again.
'Kay,
Sam.
Here you go.
This is Mark Cox with
Hi.
your special guest question. Recently, a state's attorney was suspended from office for stating that the laws on the books would not be prosecuted. Name the state or the governor who suspended this attorney.
In what state did that happen? Or the governor, either way.
Detroit.
That is a state.
Michigan? City? Michigan City?
Michigan City is
She
not a state.
is the mayor.
I am.
So you're going with Michigan and you.
Michigan and me. Yep, that's what we're going with because I really know the answer here.
You locking it
Robert?
in? Wait, are you real? Okay.
Are you real?
Are you real?
I don't know anymore.
He's like, seems like a
Just
bad,
keeping it real.
bad guess.
Yep.
All right. The state's attorney that was suspended from office for stating that the laws were on the books would not be prosecuted is in the state of, apparently, Michigan City.
State of Michigan City.
And the governor
Hannah.
is Mayor Hannah.
Nailed it.
Robert, agree or disagree?
For the game.
For the
Actually
game.
From Michigan, so that is a possibility.
Oh, insider trading.
Yeah.
You a Youper?
I'm a troll.
Oh.
Agree or disagree?
I'm gonna have to disagree.
Oh, man, that hurts Hannah's feelings.
Yeah,
So,
what?
are you sure?
He's like, because I would totally
I always
do
thought
that.
she was the mayor in Florida. Yeah.
What's the answer?
Guess what? The answer actually is Florida. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, Florida and DeSantis. So,
Wow.
a little bit of a trick question there because obviously is sort of happening here, but not according to the wording of the question. She was this attorney general, this state's
Why
attorney.
don't you take lessons from Mark?
He does flow.
Why don't you sit down in an office with Mark and just say, "Teach me your ways"?
You guys want one of those AI
Yes,
side hosts?
we need.
now?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well,
Good job.
congratulations, Robert.
Congratulations.
On your
Happy
birthday.
A very close game, you guys.
Here's a card for you.
Thank you.
Andy won.
This is a very close game. You guys are both welcome back to play again soon. Did you have fun?
That was a lot of fun, yes.
All right. Well, thank you both, Robert and Jay. We appreciate you and everything you do for us here at 97.1. We're going to wrap up the show when we come back. We've got a Disney vacation that we're headed on to celebrate 5 years on middays here on 97.1. Our flight leaves at 5 a.m. something tomorrow morning. And the answer to the YouTube live chat poll. Who on the AFS would you want as circuit attorney? Hannah, Brad, Ryan, or Annie? Go vote. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
Body and beats, I stain my sheets, I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end, she is starting to cry. Let me go on.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
Big hands, I know you're the one.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Building a home on the Illinois side of the river is made simple when you partner with C.A. Jones. You can go online to cajonesinc.com, and you can also see if you've been looking for a house and you haven't found the one to make your home yet. They've got inventory there of brand new builds. You'd be the first person to live in it. They've got great inventory available for you to check out right now. Go to cajonesinc.com and see what is available. If you've been thinking about building your own home, you've got some land you want to build on, or maybe you're just thinking about putting down roots, moving from one location to the other in the state of Illinois, C.A. Jones is the solution. They have a 10-year builder limited warranty that includes a lifetime waterproof basement warranty, and they provide many options of buildable plans with modern features at an affordable cost. The details are online. They talk to you about how energy efficient they are. C.A. Jones is incredibly committed to the communities that they build in, and they are looking to have a conversation with you about your next home. You can find them online at cajonesinc.com.
There are a lot of smart business people out there making smart decisions by getting Rhino Shield. The latest one, the Central Illinois Care Services, they have decided to go with Rhino Shield on the outside of their building so they won't have to worry about maintenance from now on. The list is long. Joe's Tire out in Sullivan, Stonehill Wineries in Herman. They've all got Rhino Shield on their buildings. You can have it on your business or your house. Just call 877-25-RHINO. Let Darren come out and give you a free estimate as to what it would cost to get this great product on your home. 25-year transferable warranty, 100% waterproof, 8 to 10 times thicker than paint, and as a satisfied customer, 15 years in, I can tell you it looks as good as the day they put it on. You're going to love Rhino Shield. Call them right now. Tell them you heard about it on the Mark Cox Morning Show. Again, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Tony LaRussa here. Men, are you running out of stamina rounding third base? If so, call my friends at Victory Men's Health in O'Fallon, Illinois. Scoring at home is important, just as important as crossing the plate with the winning run. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
The MLB app. Your team, your players, your home for live streaming baseball.
And what a way to start.
Customize your home feed with your favorite team. Get personalized stats, highlights, stories, breaking news, and follow your team on game day. 3D replays and live streams add a new dimension to the game. Plus, free live streaming programming every day. The MLB app. Make it your home for all things baseball. Download for free from the App Store or Google Play. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
You still have time to get your votes in on our Annie Frey Show YouTube poll. Who on the Annie Frey Show would you want as circuit attorney? The time is 2:39. This update is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Breaking news here. Kim Gardner is resigning from the circuit attorney's office, so she's out.
Weekdays from 3 to 6. The Mark Reardon Show on 97.1 FM Talk. You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @Annie Frey Show.
The day we arrive.
I can't wait to watch you and Brad reenact the scene where Rafiki holds baby Simba up in the air.
I can't lift Brad.
It's the best part.
Maybe if I got some good leverage, I got down like around his.
You just have to lift him long
His
enough for it to
lumbar.
look in a picture like you're doing it. There's just some timing involved.
Is this
that's
the
true.
best Disney song?
This is an amazing
I
song.
think this might be the best Disney song.
It's the best Disney trip that we're ever going to go on.
Aren't you not supposed to talk about it?
In front of my wife, I'm not.
It's going to be so fast.
It is going to go by so fast.
It's going to be Fast X.
What?
Fast and Furious 10.
Oh,
There's a reference to that.
maybe 11.
Who knows? They say it's the last.
Depends
but
on how good Hannah does at social media.
depends on how many people go and see the movie.
They're going to see our social media and be like, we need to make a movie out of these people. That's not going to happen. So tomorrow we embark on a 3-day, 2-night excursion to Disney World. And Brad and Ryan are spending the night at my house because we leave still.
Yeah.
I think so.
We leave so early in the morning that the logistics of all the driving that would take place is just easier if we stay at one place.
Well, yeah. For us in Illinois.
Well, it's mainly to maybe possibly get more sleep because if I have to leave my house, that's like a 30-minute drive to your place.
And then go to the airport.
Yeah, and then go to the airport. And yeah.
Yep. Extra half hour is worth it to sleep on the basement couch.
What time do you... I'm going to let you sleep on my couch.
No. I made some big assumptions there.
You have to sleep on the floor where you passed out during election night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From all the
Election
Waco
Center.
What time? Man, we're dumb. When you look back on the midterm red wave that wasn't.
Oh, man.
We were so poised to have so much fun. And there are people who just are going to relish this. We were so ready to have the best night. It was a terrible night.
Nothing went the way that you thought it would.
Eric Schmidt won. That was the high point of the night. I can't think of another thing that was like, yay.
There were a couple races New York, because they were East Coast, a lot of those New York races were getting called earlier than others. And New York actually did pretty good for the House this year. But that was it. And that was pretty early.
Florida and
Florida.
That's true. The Florida doubling down, Miami-Dade County going red was a pretty big story. But I guess it just precipitated from there into, ugh.
Mm-hmm. What was crazy is that we thought it's going to be one of two things, either a huge celebration or a celebration. And it was really neither. I mean,
it was the opposite. It was depressing.
Taking back the House still mattered. I mean, clearly it's important, but that almost felt like a foregone conclusion, and we didn't know that by the time we stopped broadcasting that was the case.
It was like a week and a half or something.
Yeah, it took a while.
That they were still counting votes and trying to figure out who is going to have the majority. And I really do think that the way that strung out as well diminished the excitement that unseating Nancy Pelosi as the Speaker of the House and having that one chamber of Congress is massive in what goes on a daily business basis in Washington, D.C. with Joe Biden as the presidency. If we would have taken the Senate as well, there are certainly more things that you definitely want to have the Senate in order to accomplish. That was a disappointing outcome. In 2020, followed by 2022, what you expected to have happen and what ended up happening, I do not want to repeat that in 2024. So I'm either going to be a total crab about it so that when it happens, I'll be like, see, I told you. Or something else has to change. It can't. How many elections can Republicans go in and say, well, obviously, Joe Biden's a disaster as president. And if Donald Trump wins the nomination, we go, who would vote for Joe Biden? And then you find out at least enough that he gets the Electoral College. And then you go, well, of course.
Yeah. It was a shock to me, especially after you mentioned the Nancy Pelosi thing, that she wasn't going to be Speaker of the House anymore. Yeah, big deal. That is a big deal. But at the moment, we're all going, really? And we're all looking at the RNC going, you maybe didn't strategize this well enough this time, especially with getting your side out. And then you remember that quote from Ronald McDaniel? It was a red wave. It was waving goodbye to Nancy Pelosi.
No, I don't remember that. I think I blocked it from my memory.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that captured the sentiment that everybody was like, well, I mean, yes, it could have been worse, but everybody was expecting it to be better.
Ryan was giving reports from the election center, which was my child's little old-fashioned kid's desk in front of a Minnie Mouse whiteboard with a green screen set up behind, and he didn't know what location he was in each time he went to the election center.
That's right.
And it was really funny, but everything else was sad.
Yeah, we had so many things planned, and we used them, but it was like you were having to be like, well, hey, I'm in Paris.
The Minnie Mouse whiteboard was the only whiteboard that worked.
Yes!
Not the $130 one that you bought.
Took back, too. Took it back to Office Max and was like, your whiteboard doesn't work. You know what they think when you say that?
They think you're crazy.
How dumb can a person be?
Yeah. Would you try writing on it with chalk?
Why don't you try one of your markers, ma'am?
You gave me the easiest job, and I was like,
that's the darndest thing.
Annie?
Yeah, I'm going to want my money back.
I love that story.
Everybody was like, take the film off of it. There was no film on it.
Nope.
We tried everything.
Office Max didn't understand it either. And you would think that if there was a peelable film or something on it that would come off, that the Office Max people would be like, well, dummy, this is what you're supposed to do. They were befuddled.
Well, and if there was a peelable film on there, the ink from the marker would have remained on top of that film at some way, maybe bubbled up or something, but it would just disappear like it got sucked into the board.
It was like a trick magician.
It really was.
Like a kid's whiteboard that you'd get and go, hey, Mom, write on this whiteboard. Tell me my chores for the day on it.
Balls says on YouTube, DeSantis Ramaswamy 2024. What do you think about that ticket?
Ooh.
I'd vote for it.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with most of these candidates
but
in
think
some
about
fashion.
for a second, just the world that we've been living in since probably 2014. Because you're 2 years out from the election is when you start having the conversations about president. Hillary Clinton is on the scene. Hillary Clinton is an heir apparent to the throne of the presidency of the United States from a royal family. And the Bushes also in the main conversation. Jeb Bush was supposed to be the heir apparent for the Republicans, and that was just a disaster. In comes Donald Trump and is the wrecking ball, the Kool-Aid man to the whole thing, and becomes the president of the United States, disrupts the whole system. Everybody does everything they can to try to put it all back together again. And then you get Joe Biden, who was the last Democratic vice president, who's been in Washington, D.C. in some form for 5 decades. I almost said centuries, but you take all of that, set it over here, and then put in a DeSantis Ramaswamy ticket.
Oh, my gosh.
Whatever that is, it's way different and refreshing, in my opinion.
Yep.
And I don't even know, like on the Democrat side, you could probably, Gavin Newsom is comparable, I suppose, to Ron DeSantis, because Ron DeSantis he's in his second term as governor. He served, I think, 3 terms as a congressman. He served his country. So he's like been in service in that way for a long time. Ramaswamy isn't. A lot of people, everybody who hears what Vivek says loves him. And then they're like, I don't know if he's like, he's great. I don't know about president, but on the whole, everything he's saying they love. So there's a lot of value in him being in the conversation.
Your philosophy of why DeSantis, really, or anybody but Trump on the right, would win easily is summed up by this comment I'm going to highlight from Kevin C. on our YouTube page here. It says, I really don't want, and I think he's left of center, maybe a Democrat. He says,
he's very fair.
I really don't want to vote for Biden again. So apparently he voted for Biden last time. So I hope.
Or sometime in the last 50 years.
Yeah. So I hope he either gets beat in the primaries or Republicans pick someone besides Trump that I can at least consider. That sums up the argument that you're making, I think. The
whole
right?
thing.
Yeah.
And I don't, what I hear Kevin saying is if Trump's the nominee, he will vote for Biden. That's kind of what I feel like Kevin is saying.
Implied.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
In a comment. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it. We always appreciate you commenting here. Is there anything else that needs to be said before we get to the YouTube live chat poll about what's going to happen in the next 3 days of our lives?
I do encourage people that if you've never tuned into the live stream or been a part of any of the digital stuff that we do, this is a good opportunity to jump in because we're going to be doing some really weird stuff.
Fun stuff, raw stuff.
And very off the cuff. So we'll just go live and you'll probably get a notification that we have. Doesn't mean you got to watch it, just that you'd have the opportunity to kind of be a part of what we're doing, which I think would be fun. So if you want to, this is a good opportunity.
On the Annie Frey YouTube channel, if you've subscribed, hopefully you have, but if you've subscribed, there's a place where you can click a notification bell that will send you just an alert, just like any other notification that we've uploaded a new video, but also if we were to go live. If you want to see us while we're live there and chat with us while we're there, I'm not 100% sure how this all works. Hannah has some social media things planned out, but we're going to try to do a lot of spontaneous things too. So it's going to be fun, and we want to take you with us. We are celebrating 5 years of this show being on in middays, and for something that I never saw materializing to what this is, every day for me on this show feels like a gift. And I have a lot of comments from people who listen to this show who tell me why they are grateful for the show, why they enjoy the show. And from time to time, certainly I get messages from people who tell me what they hate about the show. I do read them all. I try to respond to as many as I can. But being in radio since 2006, when I started as an intern at a local sports talk station, to where I am right now, this was not ever anything. The goal for me was not like, I can't wait until I get my own radio show. There's just been this path in my life that has brought me to where I am right now, which gives me the perspective of looking at where I'm sitting. The fact that I get to talk on the radio for 3 hours a day with the best staff in the business that care ultimately about you as a listener. I think what works here on our show is that I hope that you understand that regardless of where you are on any political spectrum, on any, religious spectrum, on any spectrum, there are a lot of spectrums these days. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are, we are genuinely people who are living different lives, who come together for 3 hours a day because we have something in common, but we actually have a ton of differences among us. And we know that you do as well. So the idea that we can come together, have this conversation, and hopefully this feels like a place wherever your differences are from us, that you feel like you can come back here each day and participate in this conversation. That's the goal. And I apologize wholeheartedly for the times where we fail to make that the case, but it's always the goal. You are the center of what we get to do here. I heard so many times, Annie, I love listening to you, but I got to listen to Rush and rest his soul. I grew up listening to Rush. I'm a Rush baby. And I used to say the joke all the time. Like, I could talk about my dad until 2 because my dad was listening to Rush and then he'd tune into me. I miss making that joke. I know that I've been up against the greats in this industry, and just the way that this show has grown in the amount of time that I've been able to do it, from the bottom of my heart, I know that God has had me every step of the way, and that the people who are in this room with me right now are the people who he wants here right now. And if you're listening to this right now, I am so incredibly appreciative that you give us any of your time, because I'm a button click away and you can listen to whatever you want out there. I am so grateful for this opportunity. And 5 years of this show is a celebration of you as much as it is an opportunity for us that we have to come back every single day and earn. So if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you've liked the Annie Frey Show on Instagram or followed or whatever it is, if you've followed us on Facebook, those are all things you're doing for me. You don't owe me anything. I appreciate every bit of support that you've given this show. And I'm going to be thinking about you this whole weekend while we go have as much fun as we can possibly cram into 3 days. It's going to be great.
I'm so excited.
A little bit reminiscing here, but it is a fun job. It is a fun job to have. And so it's nice to be able to mark these milestones by amping the fun up a little bit, because some days they just kind of suck.
Let's talk about who would be the best circuit attorney and why Ryan would be the worst.
Oh.
We're out of time.
Are you going to win this one? I haven't looked at the results.
I have no idea.
Ryan is going to win this
They're
one.
probably so few. We haven't talked about this one at all. So they're probably about 8 votes.
Don't look at the results.
And if you haven't voted yet, you're just like in a local election, your vote will matter more.
The circuit attorney is currently tied, so I need you guys to go to the
Tied?
YouTube. Tied.
I'm going to go vote.
Tied. I don't want you to see it.
Okay, I won't look.
People out there, let me refresh. But it currently is tied, and there's an ad of Joe Biden that is so disturbing.
Is it Joe Biden for circuit attorney? I'm here with the endorsement of President Kamala Harris for circuit attorney from St. Louis.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, not a joke.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not joking.
What is this? Okay. YouTube poll, who on the Annie Frey Show would you want as circuit attorney? Myself, Brad, Ryan, or Annie? Currently still tied. It's either Annie or Brad.
Votes.
Annie or Brad?
Hi, Brad. Tied.
Wow. What about me and you?
Ryan, you have...
Did you hear that? She goes,
It's not great.
Ryan, you have 18%. I have 7%. Brad and Annie, I guess you both get to duke it out, or
it's a big job.
Figure out something.
Yeah.
ooh, Brad just took the lead.
Oh, Brad.
$170,000 a year is yours.
Here we go.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie Siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today.
Have you always dreamed of a lush green lawn? Get that beautiful curb appeal without the hassle by calling Professional Irrigation Systems. They'll install your new automatic lawn sprinkler system and give you a variety of options and warranties. Don't spend half your day lugging a hose around watering your lawn. Let Professional Irrigation Systems do the work for you.